Murder, murder, murder-do-do-do.
Ba, 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 ba.
Doo-doo, doo-doo, Three guys and a bear are halfway through the season, and here's Coach Grandma. Almost halfway, not quite halfway.
Yeah, not quite.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Normally,
since they added
the
17,
extra
there's no
game.
halfway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Well, 8
is
and a
dumb.
half, which is about what we're at, would normally be it.
Yeah,
But now we
yeah.
got week
Yeah.
18 because they're going crazy.
Yeah, they're going crazy. Which, by
And they
the
should
way,
add a second bye week. I'm just saying it should do it.
But
They're
then
not
we
gonna do
get
it, Rob.
less football.
No, we
Yeah.
get more football. It would take longer.
But it feels like less.
it does feel like
It's
they
like
could,
spreading your food around your plate to make it look like you ate something.
I'll be
actually-
honest. I think since I've started watching Red Zone, I don't think it would feel like less football because I
Well, couldn't
pretty much
they
only watch
add-
that way.
What if you add another bye week, but you add a week 18?
Oh,
Yeah.
they already have the week 18. You need week 19 now.
We,
Wait,
right.
no. I thought it's 17.
No, it's 18.
Wait,
Who's on first?
who's on first?
I
thought
promise. I just checked. I promise you it's 18.
Okay, well, yeah, add it to 19 then.
This is,
Whatever
by the
it
way,
is.
this is a very professional football podcast. We know
We
how
know
many
exactly
weeks
what we're talking
the regular season.
Wait a second.
Three.
What is a quarterback?
Where's the other three
Three
fours?
guys and a bear.
Well, you know what? We've got trade deadline breaking news.
Breaking news.
That's a fun song.
That is. So we've had a lot of trade deadline action. First thing I saw is that the Vikings are trading for Joshua Dobbs after Kirk Cousins' Achilles also exploded. I don't know why everyone's Achilles are just blowing up this year, but
Yep.
What if
they
it's a
are.
grass thing?
Yeah, I would say. I mean, it's like half the league is on AstroTurf. Although
Well,
I don't know if this one
He
was
actually,
on
this was at Lambeau, so it was on grass.
right.
Oh,
right.
shit. Well,
Yeah, no.
alright.
So Rogers it popped because of the grass, and Kirk Cousins is popped because of his fat ass. Because he's just got extra
honestly.
junk.
You like
in
that?
trunk.
You like that? In all
Just smacking his ass the whole time.
Wait.
in all seriousness, we hope that Kirk Cousins feels better soon and returns to
Yes.
the game of
Best
football.
wishes and love to his friends and family.
It
This
honestly,
is why we're the professional podcast. You go to the media, they're like, and it's just really, it's sad for them. And then over here, wow, look at that ass, wow.
be thick with it.
it actually is a classic Vikings scenario where they finally start looking like they're putting it together even without Jefferson, and then this happens, and it's like, well, there it is.
It's the curse because they were like, oh, you want another Justin Jefferson? Here's Jordan Addison. Give me Kirk Cousins. Give me his foot. Give me it.
Okay, I'm gonna say something,
Devil's got a foot.
Oh,
and I
boy.
know you're not. I know you're not with me on this, but I am saying it again. Armor, and now, even if it's not full body armor, think about why. Like how in basketball they wear the high tops, right, to protect the
Right.
ankle. Why not something like that? Because when you
I
have a
feel like
popped
having
Achilles,
a full armor suit on, it makes it even more likely your Achilles is going to explode.
100%.
No. I mean, the armor is a separate argument about the power of the entire thing. However, I'm just
That was
saying,
the whole
just
argument.
for I'm saying just for the ankle, Why don't they have like something that prevents the foot from overextending in direction that is just not humanly yeah, sure, it needs some flexibility to do cuts and stuff, right? But you
Mhm.
can calculate how flexible it needs to be, right?
I
Like
don't
how many
know. Whenever
degrees.
I watch someone's Achilles explode, they're just like putting their leg down, like
Yeah.
normally. and it's
Sometimes
just-
that happens.
And then
yeah.
Achilles just like, I'm out. Like I
I'm
can't.
done.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I didn't see the Kirk Cousins one too closely, but with Rodgers, his foot did overextend. Like it
Yeah.
was like the top of his foot touched his shin. So
Well, I think like they probably do that a lot, and we just never see it.
Yeah.
Like you don't watch someone overextend their foot normally when it doesn't explode because you're like, oh, they just made a cut,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
So it might like reduce cuts everywhere.
It's
by a lot.
possible, yeah. I mean,
Now-
yeah.
No, just hear me out. I know we've disagreed about this point that I've made before, but I just want to posit it again.
Mm.
Put them in bubbles. Put all the players in
Ooh,
big
now we're
bubbles and just
talking.
have them
Now
bouncing
we're
around
talking.
out there, and then there could be
Mhm.
a ball, and it's just a really sticky ball, and then you can just
Mhm.
like shoot it
Mhm.
with an apparatus that they use. Rubber gloves, like Bubble Boy style, that they come out of the sides of the thing in the
I
the
think I played a
quarterback
GameCube game like this one time.
and
Yeah,
throw
I think
a
so.
real
Can you-
sticky ball.
It was
Can
like
you
bananas
burp
and
more
stuff.
while explaining it? Because that
Really,
it just
really helps
added,
sell it.
yeah, adds to the humor element.
It does. But
Yeah.
now the Vikings have Joshua Dobbs, so that's better than what they had before. which
Yeah, so
was-
Josh Dobbs got traded. How much was what was he traded for, by the way? I didn't.
He was traded for Ian
pack of
Rappaport.
gum.
Does
What the-
not
A sheep?
say.
I don't see it.
A sheep
Yeah,
and a
it's-
wood.
We got one sheep, one wood, and
and all of your iron futures.
I need those.
yeah, I'm not seeing it here, but it's got to pop up
I have
eventually. right?
Mm-hmm.
found this. This is literally from a Reddit comment, so take it with a grain of salt. This is
Okay.
the only one I
Mhm.
found so far. For a seventh, and the seventh becomes a sixth if certain conditions aren't met.
Ooh.
So
Wow,
that's
If they don't
pretty
get the
much
pack of
nothing.
gum,
That's
they-
pretty
yeah,
much
that's
nothing.
basically nothing. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's pretty good.
that's yeah,
Um,
surprising because I don't know. I feel like he did pretty well.
I
so far this year.
actually can
He's-
see the Vikings being a wild card team that loses right away again.
Yeah, well, I don't know with with Kirk gone. I don't know.
The NFC
yeah,
is
we'll
terrible.
hold off on that.
Yeah,
Everyone's terrible. Have you seen football this year?
That's
Nobody
what
is
I'm
good.
saying. Joshua Dobbs can get them to like a 7th
I
seed.
guess, yeah. No,
yeah, it's
that's fair.
possible. Yeah,
Well, we had more
It's-
trades.
It's very similar to that, but it's actually the Vikings get him and a seventh rounder for their sixth rounder. So it's
Okay.
pretty
I
much
see.
just
Still
getting
pretty-
Dobbs.
Yeah, that's pretty
Right.
much just getting him. I guess Kyler Murray's coming back, so they don't really care.
Yeah.
yeah, that's the idea.
Former number 2 overall pick Chase Young is being traded to the 49ers for
Why?
a 3rd rounder.
Like, why?
I don't know.
This isn't supposed to. This rookie quarterback 7th rounder shit is allowing the 49ers to cheat. Like, we have a salary cap for this exact reason. You're not supposed to get this many good players.
This
Not
is
how
what,
it
well,
honestly.
In fairness, we were talking about this before the podcast, and I looked at his stats, and yes, his draft position was good, but his stats in the NFL aren't so amazing. So
Yeah.
I think he would. It honestly kind of makes sense for the Niners. First of all, remember a couple of weeks ago we found out that the Niners have the most cap room,
yeah.
and also, I feel like he would be more of a rotational guy anyway because he's not. He gets injured a lot. That's the issue really with him.
That
So-
being
I-
said, though,
I hear
this
you
is-
talking, and you're acting like he's not going to show up and suddenly become like a star. defensive
He probably
player.
will. Yeah,
That's 100%
just
true.
What's going to happen?
Regardless, though, dude, this is just a terrible trade by Washington. Like, what the
Yes.
hell?
Yeah.
How in the world did the 49ers just fleece the fuck out of him like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got it's a 3rd rounder.
That's
It's a 3rd round pick.
terrible.
Yeah, and it's,
It's
gonna
like-
be a
and
high
I saw-
3rd rounder too, or like a
and then I
low.
saw people who are like, "Oh, well, you know, they're working towards the future, bro. You ain't getting nothing for that 3rd rounder as good as Chase Young. I don't care if he's underperforming.
Yeah.
You're not getting anything like that. You are literally just burning money. Like you're burning fake
Yeah.
football point value, however you want to call it. Like,
Well,
I
Is
don't
this
also
Chase
as-
Young's
as-
contract year?
yes. So it is
Yeah.
his
Oh, okay.
fourth season. So that's essentially, I think, the impetus
Yeah,
here is that
that makes sense,
they
yeah.
don't want to re-sign him
who
because
else
he's
are they
got a
paying?
yeah. Well, I mean, it's the
Sam
question.
Howell.
Certainly not their other defensive end, Montez Sweat, who they
Yeah.
just traded to Chicago for a 2nd rounder.
Yeah.
Which also, by the way, why are the Bears doing this? Like they're
Because they suck
buying.
and they're dumb.
Like
They did this last year too, dude.
Yeah, they
They
did
just
yeah.
think they're contenders.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. Like, okay, they're like Montez Sweat to the Bear, but like they're like, oh, they got a first chance at signing him. That doesn't mean they're gonna sign him. It means they traded for a chance to sign him for a second rounder, which is probably gonna be like pick like number 3 in the second round. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. I mean, he's good, but man, that yeah, Bears
if you're
and
trying to
trading away
build for the
seconds.
future, you would definitely want to go in the off season, right? You get better deals in the off season, I think.
Yeah, like I mean, you could just offer him money when he's a free agent. I don't
Yeah.
understand it. I actually don't.
None of these deals make any sense so far. Even the Dobbs one is like, you just gave him to you? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, they did get basically nothing for Dobbs, which is weird.
Yeah,
But I
It
mean, I
is.
get maybe nobody was biting. I mean, that could be
Yeah.
the case, you know.
He's
we
gonna clear up a
also
roster spot. I don't know.
Yeah.
had the Vikings trade guard Ezra Cleveland to the Jaguars.
Okay.
So I guess they're also selling.
Yeah.
This was for I don't know what this was for. I don't think they showed this one either.
Yeah, first my
No, I'm just. Oh god, they're playing audio. Get that shit out of here.
There were rumors of Devontae Adams to the Jets, of course, but
Yeah, that's not happening.
Nah, it's not
Yeah.
happening.
In
Nice.
fact, it's really not happening because the deadline's hit.
yeah, it's already done.
I don't see any deals on this, but it says a 3rd day draft pick, which is pretty good then. So that's like a
That's
4th, 5th,
third.
or no, because we have first round and then day 2 is 2nd and 3rd, so it's a 4th or
Right.
beyond.
Fourth,
Which-
yeah,
Is pretty good for I guess a good guard. I actually don't know much about him, but
yeah. Unless it's a 7th, in which case,
well, yeah, let's that. But he seems like he'd be a good guard, so I imagine it's probably a 4th or a 5th.
Mhm.
Then the Green Bay Packers have traded Rasul Douglas to the Buffalo Bills, and a and a 5th round pick, and we get a 3rd. So at first I heard this, and I was like, okay, so Rasul Douglas for a 3rd. I mean, like, I guess that's all right. And then it turns out we gave our 5th as well, which I don't understand. Like, and plus, he's been our best secondary player all year. He's been shown to be a veteran leader in the locker room. They literally just posted a thing like Rasul Douglas holding players accountable and doing all those things on defense. It was like, yeah, go Rasul Douglas. And then they just trade him. Like, what? So I guess we're just tanking now. So that's great. I mean,
Yeah.
we should, but anyway, I'm glad he went to the Bills though, because I like the Bills. So I mean, he'll at least still be with a good team. So that's nice.
Mm.
And then the Browns are trading Donovan Peoples-Jones to the Lions for a 6th rounder.
Yeah.
Good value. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
Peoples Jones is decent.
Yeah. And I think those are the main trades. I don't think the Eagles
Yeah.
traded.
Yeah, there wasn't anything
something,
major.
but nothing crazy. Yeah. So, I mean, oh, wait, here it is. The Jaguars get Ezra Cleveland, Vikings get 6th rounder. So,
Oh, okay.
not too bad.
So really, a lot of high picks
Yeah.
kind of trades.
In fact, the highest pick traded was by the Bears, which is kind of funny because you would think they would
Yeah.
need that pick.
Yeah.
But
One would think.
They do love to give away their 2nd round picks that end up being 1st round picks.
the funny thing is,
Um,
they're like, we can't sign Roquan Smith, like one of the best linebackers, because he's going to cost money. And then they're like, we have a bunch of money. And then they're like, Jalen Johnson, one of our best corners, we don't want to pay him. We'll consider trading. And then they're like, we're going to trade a pick to get this guy so we can pay him a bunch of money. It's like, what? I don't understand their logic. Like, just sign your own guys that are good and then draft.
Yeah. I'm actually reading something here right now that is a rumor by some person named Rossini. So that's all the credibility
Yeah,
that I
yeah.
have for this person. I was told Washington ownership had a strong hand in deciding to deal both Chase Young and Montez Sweat. Many in the building wanted to keep them because they believe in this team, but in the end, it's about the future of the Commanders.
I mean, I don't believe in the Commanders currently, so I'm not like. I
Yeah.
actually signed with ownership or side with ownership here, I think.
Yeah.
Cause I mean, listen, I think you just move on from the Dan Schneider era. Like, I think it is worth just kind of getting rid of guys and kind of rebuilding. And like, you're not going to resign. Well, I mean, maybe you resign one of them, but I don't know. I think they are in the right kind of doing this.
Yeah.
But I think that's pretty much all the major news. I'm sure someone will tell us we missed another trade.
Oh, another trade alert. Trade alert.
Trade alert.
Ding, 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 ding.
The New York Football Giants are sending
Oh.
veteran defensive lineman Leonard Williams to the Seahawks for a 2024 second round and a 2025 fifth round pick.
Dude, the Seahawks fucking love Jets players.
They do.
Former Jets players. It's just every goddamn time.
Yep. They really, their defense would be like a third Jets player and Giants.
Yeah.
So there we go. Those are your NFL trade deadline big trades of the day. And now
Trade.
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 Now we had football.
Trade by the trade deadline.
Football.
Football.
So things opened up with the Buccaneers Bills on Thursday night.
Boy,
And
did they.
boy, did they.
Boy, did they. This game. It sucked. I feel like every week I come in and I'm just like, this game sucked. This game. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, I hate, but like, yeah, that's just how it's been this year.
Yep.
This game
Yeah.
kind of sucked. Like,
It's been weak offenses a lot of the time in a lot of these games.
Yep.
yeah, and I mean the most notable part of this game was the end of it, when what's
It was
his fucking
Godwin?
name? Chris Godwin, that's
Yeah.
the one. Chris Godwin could have probably caught the Hail Mary pass to win the game, but just didn't look up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, man. It was wild because no one even saw the ball. Like, there was like 8 dudes over there, and all of them just were like, "What are we here for? Like, are we supposed to catch something?" Or like, I don't know, man. And then the ball just hits the ground in the end zone. No one even touches it. It's
Yeah.
very weird.
Yeah, I've never
Um,
seen a Hail Mary like that before.
I do
Actually.
think that this needs to, like, we need to have a discussion about how we're going to deal with Hail Marys, because more and more teams are beginning to realize they ain't going to call pass interference. Like,
Yeah.
we can just tackle people. And that's what happened. Bills defenders were just like, we're just going to tackle people. Like, they never call it. Like, what do
Yep.
they, like, and
Yeah.
I feel like I get it. I get why the refs don't want, because like Hail Marys, they have like a lot of handsy pass interference type stuff all
Oh,
the
yeah.
time. But like, if it's gonna go this far and guys are just gonna start tackling dudes, maybe you gotta start throwing those flags, because like that's kind of against the spirit of the game, like a lot.
Yeah.
I can't remember ever seeing a PI called on a Hail Mary, so yeah, I'm not surprised to hear that they're just
Well,
going for it.
Imagine if you did. Like,
Yeah,
we
it'd
be-
lambast the
exactly.
refs like a lot.
It would be
and-
crucified.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That would be a Hail Mary at the end of the game, puts you on the goal line with,
Like,
0 seconds on the
Exact-
clock.
Well, no, they add time if it's a penalty like that too,
No,
right?
it's an untimed down, but yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
So-
it's there's a point where you gotta do something. Like, you can't tackle the guys.
Yeah.
Like, it's ridiculous. So I don't know. That's it's weird.
Yeah. Hail Marys don't happen that often, in fairness. but-
Yeah.
Yeah.
True, but as we begin to get to more games of the week, we're gonna really have to start talking about officiating again.
Yeah.
Hey, my
Yay.
God, it's bad this season. Like, really, like the worst it's ever been.
I would say
I wanna
it's
say-
almost. I'd say the replacement refs were the worst, but it's
Yeah,
like
they
I-
still set a
those
pretty
were
low
bad.
bar.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm misremembering how bad it was, but this season is like excessively bad.
Honestly, even a couple of years ago, I think it was worse.
No,
remember
no.
when remember that first year they brought in the QB falling with your full body weight on the QB
No,
thing.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
but that's still happening, if not worse. You didn't watch the Jaguars Steelers games, Rob. We'll get to that. Don't worry.
No, I mean it's still bad, but I don't know. If I remember that year, it was literally every time the QB got touched, it was being called. It was like the refs rebelling against the rule.
Yeah, I remember Clay Matthews had it like 3 times in one game. It was a great time. Bills won. Then we had
Bills won.
Jets.
Well, I want to say Baker Mayfield looked good
He
in the
did.
game.
Yeah.
He annoys me because he's good, but he has that like thing where anytime the pocket starts to like even look a little shaky, he freaks the fuck out.
Yeah.
If he could just stop doing that, he would be like actually a really good quarterback.
Yeah.
He's got PTSD after his
Yeah.
yeah.
He's been having a pretty damn good year though.
Yeah. Yeah, he's doing pretty all right. In fact, they could probably make a wild card.
Yeah, I can see it.
No, they could win their division still easily.
They could win the
Yeah.
division too, yeah. Then we had Jets Giants, where the Giants
Oh my god.
managed to
Yeah.
throw for -9 passing yards.
That's not the only
Unreal,
thing they
dude.
threw. They also
And-
managed to throw the entire game.
They literally
Yeah.
still almost won the game with -9 passing yards.
Yeah, that would have been nuts.
That I mean, this was look. I'm happy about a win. Wins
Yep.
are good.
Wins are good.
Our offense also did very poorly. Although Brees Hall had what was it like a 70-yard touchdown reception?
Yep.
This is feeling like
70-something.
it's becoming a weekly thing for him.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. Well, actually, I remember when the game was on, Sinvicta was talking in the chat, and he was like, "Where's Brees Hall?" And I was like, "He's not the type of guy that gets you 5 yards per carry, but eventually he's gonna break off like 30 plus." And then like 2 plays later, he did the 70-yard, reception.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, that's some running backs are kind of like that, where it's like they're not like consistently. They're gonna get you solid amounts of yards, but like every once in a while, I'm gonna break off
Yeah,
like
it's
a
like
huge
big play
run.
potential.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Speaking of
sorry,
which, Saquon on the other side, 36 carries for 128 yards. So
Hey,
How
ran
did
him a
you
lot.
only score 10 points when Saquon is? I guess because they had -9 passing yards.
Yeah, I was
it's
gonna
probably-
say,
yeah.
dude, the image that I just posted in the group chat is so funny looking to me because when you look at the Google breakdown, normally they got the colored bars to display it, but it's just a full green bar on the passing yards for the Jets.
That's actually hilarious.
that is pretty
It
No,
makes
great.
the
well-
Jets look way better. Like 193 passing yards is not that many.
Oh, it's pretty
In-
bad, yeah.
In fairness to the Giants here, Tyrod Taylor, who is their backup QB, was starting the game. He got injured pretty early on. I don't
Yeah.
remember, like maybe the first or second quarter.
Yeah.
And then they had to bring in this guy, Tommy DeVito.
Yo, I got my cousin Tommy DeVito. He's gonna go play the game for us.
Hey, we got fucking Tommy up in here.
Tommy's here. Dude, does that not sound like a cartoon character?
Oh,
He's
yeah, no,
from-
100%.
he's the Jersey kid. He plays for the New York Giants. His name is
Yep.
Tommy fucking DeVito.
Yeah, he's an undrafted free agent. So he's an undrafted rookie. So undrafted rookie QB playing on a shitty team against one of probably the best defenses in
Yeah.
football. So,
Also, picture in your mind a guy named Tommy DeVito that's an NFL quarterback, and then just Google him, and it's exactly what your brain pictured. You saw it before you
Yeah.
saw it.
yeah, no, 100%.
This is definitely slightly offensive, but I'm imagining Sunday Night Football, and they do the introductions, and he's like, Tommy DeVito, Papa's Pizzeria.
The Papa's Pizzeria.
Papa's Pizzeria.
I find this Italian slander to be
I was
insulting.
like, Rob, can you allow this because it is objectively hilarious.
Rob did say someone was Italian for years when
Right,
they
that's-
weren't Italian. Like
Yeah.
Marcus Mariota.
He's got a little ways back to work up. He's from Don Bosco Prep, which is almost as good.
That's
Those
also
are-
Papa's Pizzeria. Yeah.
Yeah, none of
Yeah.
those are real words that you just said. So.
Cedar Grove, New Jersey. Oh, man.
Either way, he threw for -1 passing yards, so that's what he did.
Didn't work out, yeah.
Yeah. And this is somehow Zach Wilson led the Jets down the field to send
Bro
the game
just
to
went
overtime.
like, nah,
Yep.
man, I got this, and just like all of the passing yards the Jets got were on the final drive.
Well, that final sequence of events was Giants missed the field goal. Then
Uh-huh.
then 2 plays, Zach just bombs it, and it works. And then we kick the field goal, and
Yeah, so like, prevent defense. You're still like, you're supposed to prevent the big play. They just played no defense. Like they
Yeah.
were like, no, let's not do let's just we're just gonna do nothing.
they were wide open, man. Yeah, and it was and yeah, I mean, again, our defense is very good, but
Yep.
god damn, do I wish we had some offense.
We're coming back
although-
down to Zach Wilson Earth here, where it's like, yeah, he's not good.
Well, look, I'll be honest though, he didn't play that horribly in the game. He did pretty well, like all things considered. It's just nothing's really good
Third
about our offense.
down efficiency.
Oh yeah.
The teams combined for 4 of 34 third down conversions.
Oh, you guys didn't see? We almost had a record. Like
Yes.
if the game didn't end in overtime and when we had a few more drives, this game had 24 punts.
Yep. It needed to get to 26 to match the record.
My
and
God.
then
4 punts.
yep,
That is-
that's if you don't love
legs
that,
must have been hurting, man. Like my God.
if you don't love that, you don't love Jets football, baby.
New
That's
York
New
football,
York
you mean?
football.
yeah, New York
Yeah.
football in general now, unfortunately.
Man.
But yeah. I mean, look, hey, like I said, dub's a dub.
Yep.
But,
It is.
And the Jets are 4-3.
Yep.
I am amazed, and you know what? Like I'm pretty much already at the eating crow phase of because I mean I was shit talking the coaching staff pretty hard
Yeah.
for a lot of those weeks, and I still want to, and I will. You should know that I will. However, it's hard to argue with the results, right?
Yep.
I mean, they're 4-3.
You beat the Eagles and the Bills.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
When the Bills weren't horribly injured.
Yeah.
Week 1. I mean, the Jets are this defense is
The defense is insane.
fucking really good.
If
Yeah.
they can hold on and Aaron Rodgers comes back like week 16,
Yeah. yeah.
who knows?
Yeah. Yeah. Imagine him throwing to Garrett Wilson and Brees Hall. And
Yeah.
you know that Brees Hall, he didn't actually do well in the running game in this game, but he did have the one like 70-yard pass reception.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, if Brees Hall evolves slowly into a pass catching running back, a la Christian McCaffrey or Alvin Kamara, oh my god, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Weird. There are a couple of injuries too, like Xavier Gibson got injured. I don't know if he's injured. Yeah, we'll see what happens, but I don't know, man. Whatever. We're the Kings of New York, baby. Get fucked, Giants.
Yay. Woo. Yay.
Yeah.
All right. Then we had the Jaguars Steelers.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay, let's get a couple things out of the way here.
Yeah.
Okay. First off, we suck. Like I already knew that. I told you guys this. This is not news to me, at least.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And we did not lose this game because of the referees. That being said, one of the worst officiated games of the year in a year where we've had some really badly officiated games. I linked you guys like a day or two ago the offensive offsides that was called.
Oh yeah.
Like
Mhm.
you guys, I'll link it to you guys again because I feel like you really need to have this image in your head as you realize like how bad of a call this is.
Yeah.
So that was called offensive offsides on the Steelers. And for those of you that can't see the picture, it's just we weren't even close. If anything, the defensive person was offsides.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see
fu-
that.
funnily enough, tweeted by Chris Boswell. This is not some random person on the internet. This is Chris Boswell's Instagram, him posting this. So the players are pissed about it, but like we're kicking a field goal at the end of the half, and the game is, I think, 6-0 or something. Was it 6-0 or 6-3? It was 6-3 at the end of the half. So we were playing to tie the game here at the end of the half, and that's a game changing. You can't, like, how does that happen? What did the, like, look, I really don't want to believe that the refs are betting on games because it's just ridiculous. Like, why would you do that? But like,
Oh, money.
how does this penalty get called? Like, how does this mistake get made? Because there's nothing visually. The refs are standing exactly down this line. How does this penalty get called? It's not even a common penalty.
And they can't even like look at it and be like, "Oh yeah, it's good." Like,
Yeah, like it's ridiculous. Like, it's man, how many times do you see offensive? Like, what? And then there was the insane sequence of where we sacked Trevor Lawrence to stop the drive. Oh, the personal foul, roughing the passer, idiot dipshit. You kind of hit him too hard. It was just a terrible call, which, you know, that happens sometimes.
Yeah.
But then Kenny Pickett gets fucking annihilated, smooshed into the ground, full body weight, injures his ribs, and has to come out of the game for the rest of the game. Oh, no flag. No flag on that one.
Yeah.
What's going on here, guys? Again, we do suck. We probably lose this game anyway, but this can't happen. This officiating cannot happen. It's ridiculous. It's like, if this was a more important game, I mean, it kind of was. I mean, we were 4-2 and the Jags are 5-2, so, you know, record-wise, it was an important game. But like, if we were a good team, how about that? Then this is like unacceptable. This completely changes the way the game is played and alters the entirety. This can't happen. Something's got to be done. I don't know. Like, and if you're like, you know, oh, you're just, you know, you're just a guy watching at home, you're just mad because you lost. First off, I thought we were going to lose, and we lost, and I accept this. I don't think we're going to the playoffs. I don't have hope for this season. Second off, Mike Tomlin, Deontay Johnson, and Chris Boswell all complained about the officiating, which is taboo to do as a player / coach. That does not happen often. But all three of them were like, the officiating was
fined.
Yeah, they all were just like, this was ridiculous. So it wasn't just me, okay? But yeah,
Counterpoint though, the NFL has increased the cap every year for the past like 30 years. So the money printer goes burr. So I mean, I don't think they give a shit that much really about like inconsistent officiating.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. This was the first time where I've watched a game and actually been like, this ref has money on the game. Like it was a feeling. Again, I hope I'm wrong, but like, it's very one-sided officiating.
I think my worst ref experience was the Fail Mary, which I think it was the thing that made the actual refs come back, but they might have gotten that wrong anyway, to be honest.
I think the worst call that I remember, not against the Jets, but well, actually, maybe it was it was against the Jets. The ghost fumble. You guys remember that?
Dude, we had a ghost fumble yesterday.
Yeah, those are.
What was
ridiculous.
The ghost fumble?
It was like
it sounds familiar.
I vaguely remember this, but it was a couple of years ago. A Jets player was going into the end zone for a touchdown, and then he got it. Like, he just crossed the plane and got into the end zone, and then the refs threw a flag and said it was a touchback instead of a touchdown. They said he fumbled, and then because he was in the end zone, it was a touchback.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
But it literally just didn't even move in his hands. He just like crossed the plane.
Yeah.
But you know, yeah.
Well, the Jaguars did actually throw the ball at Calvin Ridley.
Finally.
Yeah.
Yep.
It took them a while, but
Yep.
yeah. Oh, by the way, we should have lost this game like 40-10. By the way, the reason I'm not like because it was you're looking at like at the 10-score game, you're like, what do you mean the officiating didn't? The Jags like 4 times in a row, drove all the way down the field, easy peasy, like dust off the shoulder, no problem, and then turn the ball over in the red zone.
Yeah.
Like 3 times they turned the ball over in the red zone. Like ridiculously like self-inflicted wounds. The Jags should have won by like 1,000 points.
Well,
Have we talked about? Hold on, I'm sorry.
All
Have we
right.
talked about this man before? Cartavius Bigsby.
That's
I
Tank
believe we
Bigsby, man.
have brought up.
Is that
name
his
before.
his name is Cartavius?
Yes.
I think so, yeah.
That is so cool. How can one person be so cool?
That's true.
Yeah, well, you have a name and a nickname, and both of them are amazing.
Yeah, they're both incredible.
I think I remember bringing him up at some point. I don't remember when, but I do remember that name. Either
Yeah.
way, this was the Jaguars looking like the team to beat in the AFC South. So
6-2 Jaguars.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Six and
Yeah.
looking
If they
pretty
can
damn
stop,
good.
I feel like the Jags and the Lions are so similar in that they're
Yeah.
actually so good, but if they could stop beating the shit out of themselves, they would be amazing.
Yeah.
So
Well,
far, so good.
We'll get to it in a second or two, but they may have a potential threat in the division too.
that is true.
Now.
Oh,
Um,
Rob is he's like winding up. He's like he's so ready.
Eagles
Hey,
Commander.
Give him Thursday, all right? Okay.
Yeah, we'll see what
We'll
happens.
see.
Let's see if he doesn't die to TJ Watt first.
Yeah.
Eagles Commanders. This was looking like a great Commander upset pick, and then the fourth quarter happened, and yes.
Yeah,
This
this looked
may
like
be-
every other Eagles Commanders game for the
Yep.
past 5 years.
This may
Yeah.
be the best version of the Commanders we see for quite some time too, since they
Yep.
just decided to blow it up right
Traded-
after this game.
Traded everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although they still have they still got pretty decent. They got what's his name? The Jonathan Allen, who's good. And they have Payne, Deron Payne. They're
They have a
another
lot
good
of pain.
lineman.
They have a
there's
lot of
pain
pain
for that
yeah.
franchise. Yeah.
They do have a lot of pain. Yeah. Also Sam
I
Howell.
mean,
yeah,
yeah.
397
And
4
Howell.
TDs and a pick, but pretty good still.
He's making it happen on a team where he has no business making it happen.
yeah.
He's starting to look like the best of the non-first round quarterbacks.
Yeah.
dude. Okay, actually, preemptive gloating here. Because I checked back on my other QB analysis too, because I found that one first from 2022.
Mhm.
Sam Howell was my number 2 QB in that class.
Oh.
I'm just saying,
Mm.
Look at that.
saying.
But yeah, the Commanders shit themselves. Eagles, Jalen Hurts, 319, 4 touchdowns. So
Yep.
that's pretty good. AJ
bad.
Brown was the big one. He had the insane, like, one-handed catch.
Oh right,
That was-
God.
Wild.
Imagine trading him away
Yeah, that would suck.
and then like signing DeAndre Hopkins to like make up for it.
Yeah.
I mean, that
not
didn't
even.
gotta
They,
work out
They
this week,
drafted
but-
Traylon Burks to replace him.
Right.
Yeah, and he's been on the field.
Yep. Yep.
Dude, that AJ Brown catch was
It was insane.
unbelievable.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That is like one of the prettiest one-handers I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was insane. And then
Yeah.
Devontae Smith at your number 2 had 99 yards and a touchdown. The Eagles are just stacked.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Julio Jones had a touchdown. Look at that.
Yeah.
Julio Jones.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing I'll say too is the Commanders traded their D lineman, right? And considering this game, seems like their defense isn't that great. So, maybe that's fair.
They actually haven't been that great defensively. And I always think of Commanders like, oh yeah, they got a good defense, but like they gave up 40 to the Bears, 37 to the Bills, 34 to the Eagles, 38 to the Eagles.
Hey.
The 14 to the Giants, which for the Giants, that may as well be 30
That's
points.
always-
Right,
yeah,
that's
million
right,
points,
yeah.
Yeah.
Blowout.
33 to the Broncos. Good
Yeah,
lord.
33 to the Broncos.
Are they the worst defense in football? That's really
They
bad.
might actually. Yeah, I gotta check. We're checking the stats.
Let's check the stats. Stat truck.
It's not cave
Stat
for
truck. Stat truck.
In terms of points per game, the Washington Commanders are the second worst defense,
Wow.
next to the Indianapolis Colts.
Wow. And they're
Yeah.
like, aren't they like 500?
I
3
think
and
so,
5.
or around there. Yeah,
3 and
they should be after that
near-
Cleveland game.
Oh yeah, they should be 4 and 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And the Niners should be 6 and 2. Yeah. No, we
Yeah.
know. We remember. We all
Mhm.
remember.
And the Commanders actually have one of the worst run. They are, I guess their run defense is ranked like 12th or something, and then their pass defense is 4th worst. So really, it's the secondary that's really bad. But yeah, whew, look at that. Either way, it's an NFC East game, and the Eagles are the Eagles, and they're probably going to win the division unless dark magic occurs with the Dallas Cowboys.
Yep.
Which it might.
It will.
Then, speaking of which, we had the Dallas Cowboys shitting on the Rams.
The
Yeah,
Cowboys are
shitting
doing
all
that
over 'em.
thing. They're
Yeah,
doing
this
that
was
thing
a
where
slaughter, man.
they're making everyone think they're real good.
The
and
regular
they're gonna make
season heroes.
Yep.
They're gonna make the playoffs, and they're gonna lose like by 3 points with the last play of the game. Like that's gonna happen. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Cowboys fans, but you're destined for this fate, regardless.
I mostly just want to wish that true. Do we have a lot of Cowboys fans? I feel bad because we shit on the Cowboys.
Everyone
Oh,
shits on the
everybody
Cowboys.
shits on the
They
Cowboys.
know.
They should be used to it.
If
I
you're
mean,
gonna
it's
if you're gonna claim America's team, you're gonna get shit on like
America.
America
Yeah.
does.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, in fairness, like I'm not really a big baseball fan, but when I am, I'm a Yankees fan, and I get it. Like,
Die.
yeah, no, yeah, I get
I
it.
don't like that.
Whoa, did I
That's
say that?
fair.
Sorry, I think that was like just a
That was an
visceral
otherworldly
reaction.
force being
yeah,
channeled
and,
through you.
that was just a carnal instinct, I think. Like,
That's fair. That's fair. I get it.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's like a thing of like it's the Yankees, the Cowboys, the like Lakers probably, and then
Yeah.
I don't know who the hockey equivalent would be, but you know it's those teams where everybody's like, "Whoa, yeah,
Bruins,
that's the
probably.
team."
The
Yeah,
Patriots
Bruins.
too.
Oh, yeah,
I would
Bruins.
say the Patriots. for a
Not
long
anymore.
time.
Not
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not
Not
anymore.
anymore.
The Cowboys could be bad, and they would still have their following. Is the thing.
We handed
yeah.
over our most hated placard once Brady left.
yeah.
Also, Matt Stafford got hurt this game. He went 13 of 22, 162, 1 TD, 1 int, and then he has a UCL sprain in thumb. Sounds-
Yeah,
just on
right.
a helmet or something.
Yeah.
Yep. And it was his throwing hand too. right?
Yeah,
So
that's not good.
Rough.
So
He caught a pass while he had that shit going on.
He did.
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot.
I
Yeah.
like
Oh.
Stafford, but he's in my book of like, hey, maybe it's time to hang it up soon, man.
I mean, I don't know. He literally
think
is like
he
2
should-
years out from winning his first Super Bowl. So
yeah, but he's
Yeah.
not. He hasn't been doing as great. It's not like his
He is only
receivers are
35.
bad.
Well, 35 is not only anymore. Is
Yeah.
It really?
You know, Kirk
it
Cousins
depends,
is 35, and we're talking about this being a career-ending
Yeah.
ACL tear.
yeah.
I just
And
yeah.
you know, we should also mention for this game, CeeDee Lamb just fucking annihilating
Career
Oh,
day
yeah.
for him, dude.
Yeah,
Career best in
12.
receptions and yards.
12 receptions.
yeah, for
Well, the
158,
Cowboys,
2 touchdowns.
they have a good team. They've always had a good team. It's just can Dak and what's his face, Mike McCarthy, win the games that matter? And the answer has been no.
Yep.
We'll see if this year it's different. I don't think it's gonna be.
I don't either, but we will
We'll
see.
see how they do
It's,
against the Eagles.
Yeah, we'll see how the.
Which is
it's-
that this week?
It might be.
This
Maybe.
It is.
It is.
Oh,
I don't know
Yep.
how on earth that game's not Monday Night Football and Chargers Jets is, but here we are.
The Chargers, Jets, god damn it.
You know, it's fun when Rob hears his own team in prime time and he's like, "Oh, God."
This is the most primetime games we've had.
Well,
In
they
20
were
years.
You're supposed to be
they
Aaron
were meant
Rodgers.
to be Rodgers
course.
games. Yeah.
Of course, that's why
Because y'all
it's
fucking
so-
Sunday Night Football the week after that.
It's just the football gods need to like wound us and then rub salt in, then pour lemon juice, piss in it, set it on fire, some sulfur. You know, it's just like
You've been winning.
I know it's weird. It's very weird.
Yeah, it makes
That's
it
when you're
sound like you
having a
haven't won a
good
game.
year. Yeah.
I don't know how to feel. It's a very strange feeling.
Yeah, I think the Rams they're okay, but they're not going anywhere. It's especially after this.
Probably not. Yeah.
So, oh my God, thank God they play the Packers and we get the fight against their backup quarterback, which we'll still probably lose, but at least it'll be a little more even. So that's the Cowboys beating the Rams. Then, speaking of which, Hooray! We have arrived at the Vikings Packers. So, first up, Kirk Cousins didn't get hurt till like halfway through the fourth quarter. So, it was already.
Yeah.
He'd done his damage.
Yeah, he did his damage already, which, oh my God. First up, okay, first drive of the game. Let me introduce you to the Packers offense, which you've seen already and probably know. Jordan Love actually throws the ball well to Aaron Jones. He drops it. Then, on a cross route, would be a first down to Musgrave, hits him right in the hands. He drops it. And then we punt. By the way, Jonathan Vilma on the announcing thing was like, oh, that's a great pass breakup. I was like, he just dropped the ball. It's not even a pass breakup. What are you looking at? Then the Vikings miss a field goal. It's like, all right, okay, here we go. We get the ball back. A.J. Dillon up the middle. No gain. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know why he has this play in his playbook. We ran A.J. Dillon up the middle so many times last year. It did nothing. I remember Aaron Rodgers giving A.J. Dillon the ball, 4th and goal, at the whatever. He didn't get it. Then we do it again. He didn't get it. He doesn't do either. A.J. Dillon sucks running the ball up the middle, or our offensive line doesn't get enough push for him to get there. So, like, why are we doing it? Something's not working. Like, why he just keeps doing it? He did it again later this game. And guess what happened? Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, it was embarrassing. Then, Jordan Love, I feel bad for Jordan Love this game because he actually did pretty well this game. He had one pass to Jaden Reed, who, if you remember last week, where Jordan Addison ripped the ball out of the defender's hands and ran it for a touchdown. Okay, reverse that. So Jaden Reed caught the ball and was like, oh, big play. And then he got the ball ripped out of his hands by the Viking guy, and it was an interception. So that interception, that's not even a Jordan Love interception. You could say maybe he slightly underthrew it, but it was catchable. He caught it, and he just had the ball ripped out. It was embarrassing. And then the Vikings went down and scored right after that, of course. And then the fucking Christian Watson in the end zone. We bomb it to him. Perfect pass. Hits him in the hands. Right in the hands. Like his hands are up. It hit him in the hands, and he dropped it. And I was like, this is... we should have traded everything for Davante Adams. Like, literally everything. Just bring him back. It's embarrassing. And then Dobbs had a drop. But he also had a touchdown, so I guess it makes up for it. And then Aaron Jones I guess we're just not playing Aaron Jones. I don't know if he's still hurt. I don't know if they're like got him on a pitch count or something, but like his brother after the game was like, hey, where's my bro at? Like, is he playing? And the funny part is 4 years ago with stupid ass Mike McCarthy, I was like, why is he not using Aaron Jones? We need a coach that uses Aaron Jones. And then we got LaFleur and he used him, and now he's not using him. And in week 1, when we beat the Bears, guess who was our best player? Aaron Jones. It's mind blowing. Then on defense, we have the Joe Barry
one today.
We have the Joe Barry bend and break defense, which is one of my favorites. It's where your defense bends and then they keep bending and then they break, and you do that about 10 times the whole game. I would rather they just all out blitz every play and we lose like 70-30. Like at this point, like at least the offense would get more practice, you know? Like just let them go out there. Like it's dumb. I hate it. And every time we gave up 9, I counted it. 9 third down and 8s or longer. We gave up like a 3rd and 8, a 3rd and 10, a 3rd and 12, a 3rd and 15, a 3rd and 8 again. 9 times. If you give up that many, maybe you should play a different type of defense because it's not working. And one of the 3rd and 8s was at the end of the game to the Vikings' shitty ass Jaron Hall rookie quarterback. So yeah, this game went bad, and
It did it now.
we also had again 11 penalties for 99 yards because anytime a good play would happen, there'd be a hold, a false start, offensive pass interference. It's just somebody linked it last week or today about the Aaron Rodgers quote from last year where Christian Watson on Monday Night Football was like running the wrong routes, and Aaron Rodgers said, quote, if you want to catch touchdowns, you run the right routes. So clearly Aaron Rodgers was like, these receivers don't know what the hell they're doing. And now we expect Jordan Love to like deal with that. Like, no wonder the dude's doing so bad. Like, listen, he's got bad footwork at times, but like, that's like fixable stuff where you're like, oh, improve the footwork, get your deep accuracy down. Like, okay, that's something that's fixable. And like, he's made decent throws, but like when you're like, look at the Raider game. He literally threw those 2 passes that would lead him into the red zone. And they just drop it. Like, it's just drop central. I don't know why they keep dropping shit. They should have like a catch the ball drill. Like, do they not catch the ball at practice? Playoffs.
Playoffs.
It's just it's embarrassing. It's sad, and I don't like it.
He stinks, and I don't like him.
This team sucks. So there you go.
It's so funny. I feel like both of our teams suck, but because of how the NFL works, we just are 4-3 and you're 2-5.
Yeah.
When I feel like our teams are so similarly bad.
They really, it's just, I think we've had like a few, end of the game flip flop. Like essentially the Packers could have beat the Broncos if we didn't commit a hold and then go back like 20 yards and we could have kicked the field goal. Yep. And then we're,
shouldn't have lost to the Falcons, et cetera, et
yeah,
cetera.
shouldn't have lost to the Falcons because the defense shit themselves. Like, I mean, listen, every year there's games where teams are gonna be like, we shouldn't have lost this one and that one, but like it's it's every team. You can't just make those excuses. But I'm gonna make those excuses, and I'm pissed off. Yeah, but here's the bright side for the Packers. We play the backup quarterback Rams next week, which I would hope we can beat the backup quarterback Rams, and then we play the Steelers, in which will maybe be one of the worst games of the season.
I'm so excited for that game.
That's going to be
storied franchises who've been good for so long, sucking shit on each other's asses.
Yep.
6-3 barn burner.
Here's the thing.
The players are just going to cry at the end.
The only difficult games we have left on the schedule are like the Buccaneers and the Chiefs and the Lions. Like, I think everything else, that's the worst part, is we have like one of the easiest schedules. We still can't win. Like, we play the backup quarterback Rams, the Steelers, the Chargers, which I guess are scary, but it's the Chargers, so they'll probably do something dumb. The Lions on Thanksgiving. That's a good way to ruin Thanksgiving. The Chiefs. And then we play the Giants, who at least also can't play offense. The Buccaneers, the Panthers, the backup quarterback Vikings, and the Bears. Like the Packers could probably still win like 6 games and make the playoffs somehow at this rate. And I actually don't even want that now. I'd rather they just keep losing. I'm full tankathon mode. So that's great. Let's at least get like Marvin Harrison Jr. Bring him in.
We're both going to pick each other's teams when we play against each other because we both think our teams suck. I might
even lock the Steelers.
I might even lock the Packers. Well, we'll see. We'll see after this.
Please
do. So really, I was moral of the story. I actually thought Jordan Love played all right this game, and he had absolutely zero help from the running backs, the coaching staff, the receivers, the defense, or anything. And that's really just the Aaron Rodgers treatment of the last how long he's been here. Vikings also lost Kirk Cousins, so they lost too. So that sucks. Anyway, yeah. Titans Falcons, a team that actually has gotten a glimpse of hope through the power of mayonnaise banana Will Levis.
Wait, I don't understand this reference.
What the fuck, Krendor?
He likes mayo. You guys don't remember Mayo Man?
No.
Well, let me tell you.
It was a whole thing.
Will Levis doesn't actually put mayo in his coffee or eat banana peels, says news article.
Oh, right. I do remember
my fucking
this.
whole world is turned upside down. What do you mean he doesn't?
That was also the news story at the time because it was him saying it was like it was a gag for a school newspaper or something like that, or like social media.
He literally has a TikTok of him eating a brown banana with peel on. Like, he doesn't peel it, he just eats it, like, straight up. So I don't know how he can say he doesn't actually do it, because he did it in the video. So that's, and second off, we've had this conversation, but brown bananas are disgusting.
The brown bananas are delicious, and you're wrong.
They are not.
Actually, I was talking about this before the podcast. I made banana bread just the other day.
Well, okay, banana bread with brown bananas is fine because then you're raising the sugar levels of the banana, right? And then you use it to make the bread. Like, that's understandable.
Precisely the reason why you eat the banana
But
when
that's
it's
why
like
you don't
more
eat
brown.
the banana. You make bread with it. You don't
Anyway,
eat it.
you know what? I want to just say we've been talking about mayonnaise and bananas, and this guy Will Levis had 4 touchdowns in his opening rookie game.
He did.
238 yards.
His other thing was he did put mayonnaise in his coffee. That was his other thing he did. So, but yeah, he legit had 238 yards, 4 touchdowns, 19 of 29. He had maybe the best arm strength I've seen from a throw this year. Like, if you go watch that, he literally just was like, bloop, like he flicks it and it just goes like 70 yards. Like, it was actually insane.
So here's the thing that I wanted to say from the beginning, because I
All right.
went back, because the past couple of years I've been using like notes and stuff.
Yep.
So I have, so I could look
That's
back,
true.
and I looked at my 2023 QB report. Guess who my number 2 QB is?
Will Levis.
Will fucking Levis. I said he probably has the best arm in the class.
Who else was
Able
in
to
that class?
Effortlessly, CJ Stroud, Bryce Young,
Oh, so it's the
Anthony
rookies, that's right.
Richardson. Yeah. So, I mean, in fairness, my number 1 was Bryce Young, and I had CJ Stroud behind him, so
Right.
that looks to be probably wrong.
Oh,
but
he did win this week
that's true.
against
That's
CJ
true.
Stroud.
Against CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
That's a great point. But yeah, Will Levis was my number 2. I because of his arm strength, I think he legitimately, I remember now too, like when I opened it up, like he is legitimately, I think, gonna be very good.
Yeah.
Because he's got all the traits that you want, and he's got a monster arm. He's got like a Josh Allen type rocket arm.
The guy
He
who
reminded D Hop that he's D Hop.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I think Hopkins is the one who appreciated this the most because he had 4 catches for 128 yards and 3 touchdowns. So 75% of his catches were touchdowns.
That's wild.
And in fact, Derrick Henry probably appreciated it because then they probably had to play more coverage, which allowed him to have bigger holes and less people to run against. And he went for 22 carries, 101 yards.
Yeah.
It's almost like the Titans were missing one piece. And
I mean, Tanny's definitely not getting his job back at this
No.
point, right?
like, repeatedly wondering why they're sticking with Tannehill. And hey, wow, looks wait, wow.
yeah.
You
Well, that's
can
why that's why they drafted Will Levis.
This is why I was so upset at the Falcons for not drafting Will Levis. Every fucking time
Yeah.
their pick was up, I was like, "You gonna get Will Levis?" Like, oh no,
Dude.
you want to keep Desmond Ritter? Oh, how's that fucking working out for you, Atlanta?
By
Dude,
the
that's
way,
why I'm fucking. He's a 2nd round pick, and I had him as my number 2 QB in the class.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
And Desmond Ritter is fucking benched for Taylor Heineke. Like,
Yeah.
my God, man. Like,
even with this week included, the Titans are the 4th worst passing team in the NFL. So
Yeah.
that is before this week they were probably 3rd worst.
Yeah.
Next to the Giants and the Jets. Not good company. So that is, I mean, if you don't start Will Levis going forward, like, you're insane. Like, if they put Tannehill back in, they're crazy. Like, you play Levis until maybe he looks bad. Even then, I think you just keep playing Levis. Like, who gives a shit?
Yeah. At this point, I mean, you might as well, right? Like, he's
Yeah.
the future. Your team is not great on the year so far. I mean,
They're
in fairness,
3-4,
it's
so it's not the worst.
yeah. In fairness, it is one game, but
Yeah,
still,
it's easy to have that opinion after he balls the fuck out for
Yeah,
a single
right.
game, but yeah, we got to see if he's got the longevity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I was excited week 1 when I had a team. By the
Yeah.
way, Derrick Henry almost got traded. I don't know if you saw this.
yeah,
no.
this would have upset me greatly.
He almost got traded to the Ravens and everything was like set. And then ownership was like, no, you're not doing it. And they shut it down.
Yeah, he's like 90% of their ticket sales.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Plus, could you imagine Derrick Henry on the Ravens? That would be
Oh,
actually
man, they'd
insane.
go to the Super Bowl.
Broken,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah.
Oh, they'd find a way to fuck it up.
They probably would, but
Yeah.
The Falcons, on the other hand, Taylor Heineke came in and went 12 of 21 for 175 and a touchdown after Desmond Ritter went 8 of 12, 71 yards. I don't know if he got hurt.
No, he got benched in the after the half.
Yeah. I would much rather have Taylor Heineke play offense for them at this point.
Yeah.
But I guess they're saying this is Desmond's team. Cool. Bijan Robinson, 62 yards and a touchdown. I would say this is more Bijan Robinson's team, if anything.
Yeah.
Bijan finally got a rushing touchdown.
He did. Look at that.
Took him 8 games, but he got it.
Yeah. Then we had really doesn't matter. The Falcons lost, and this was really just the Will Levis game.
Yeah.
I also had DeAndre Hopkins on my bench. However, I won anyway, so I don't care. I actually played the worst team in the league. Sorry to hold on. Where's their name?
I also think might be our assistant coach of the week this week, Danny.
It is Danny. Danny is 1-7. I saw they also had Jared Goff starting and removed him from quarterback, so I think he's just tanking. But I don't know why, because there's no
has
reward.
Debo in his starting lineup, so there's a lot to wonder about over there.
Yeah.
With
Let's
Debo
see if
being
his picks are
injured.
any better. Oh my God, he picked the Steelers, Packers, and Jets. Guys,
I think Danny is just true chaotic neutral.
I
so.
Or
appreciate
just
that.
chaotic.
I respect that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we need a little bit of that in our lives.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
Every crew needs one wild card.
yeah. So that's happening. By the way, fantasy football update. First
Why?
place. First place is Bear at
Yeah.
7-1.
Yeah, dude. Woo, crushing it this year.
He's crushing it. Fees is fullbacks number 2 at 6-2. And
stop
then we got a big 3-way tie for third. Platyposse, Alpaca, Patrol Rob, and Chef Men, all 5-3.
And also
Cult of
Oh,
Lamb.
Cult of the Lamb as well,
Cult
yeah.
of the Lamb 5-3. And then I sit alone at 4-4.
oh, you're still
And
going.
I am still going. And then we have the Primeval Poogies Butt Fumbles at 3-5. Nerd Victor's Nerds and Apollo tied at
Patriots,
2-6.
Dolphins.
Really embarrassing down there. Let's see if they can turn it around. You know, we still got our second half of the
Don't
season.
fucking start with me. I'll do my whole fucking team got injured spiel. All right.
At least you still have 20 more points than the guy who is intentionally tanking. You're doing great,
That's
bud.
true.
And important to note, it's Apollo's first year in fantasy.
It is his first year.
Fuck you. That has nothing to do with that. My team got injured. What is wrong with you guys?
It's okay to be struggling, bud. We love you. We're looking out for you.
I actually had a decent week on points. I pulled together like this is like the fucking like an inspirational story. I just started signing random ass players, picking up fucking garbage off the ground, and I got 120 points, but I lost to the guy who got 140 points.
That's true. To be fair, you would have beaten me if you played against me.
I would have. I actually, and I have only 3 of my original fucking starters on the team.
Conversely, I had 163.72 points, which was the
Third
top
straight
in the
week at
league.
the top of the league, I think, for you.
Yes, that's right. That is correct. Yeah, and it is. I'm on a 5-game winning streak, and it was the biggest blowout of plus 89.8.
I'm on
Very
a
high.
6-game winning streak.
Yeah. I'm coming for you, Bear. You see
I
my
know.
points for. You see my points for.
I'm watching you.
Well, we will be watching this progress as the season moves forward. Then we had, speaking of struggling teams, the New England Patriots.
Back to their rightful place.
Go Pats.
Yeah. I did see Bill Belichick yelling at referees, which was fun.
Always good.
Yep.
He's been doing a lot more of that.
Yes. Tua, 324, 3 TDs and a pick. He's good.
It's pretty good.
Yep. Special
Not bad.
Jalen Waddle had 121. and a
Jalen
touchdown.
Waddle, dude. Sometimes you
Mhm.
forget that Jalen Waddle is like pretty much just a slightly slower Tyreek Hill.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Like they
Tyreek
have
Hill.
both.
Holy shit! Chase Claypool had a catch. I
Chase
just saw that.
Claypool had a catch. 15 yards.
He doesn't
Holy
deserve
shit.
it. He doesn't deserve to be on a winning team.
Wasn't he like kicked? Wasn't he like being kept off the field for?
literally kicked off the team? Basically, like
Yeah, wow.
essentially, like I don't know, man.
He is a football player, I think. So yeah, and then Mac Jones, 19 and 29, 161, 2 TDs and a pick.
Mac Jones isn't good at football. I will stand by this forever.
We also had
Jones, baby.
Kendrick Bourne, 36 yards,
Oh.
a touchdown, and I believe ACL tear.
Torn ACL.
Yep. So-
Jesus Christ, it's Kendrick Bourne.
And he's gone.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And sleeper
I can
pick-
only-
Yeah,
that's the last time.
Why didn't they just tear Jason Bourne's ACL? That would have fucking taken him out of it.
Yeah.
real quick.
Yeah, that would have
Should've
been easy.
and sleeper pick Ramondre Stevenson, 39 yards, 10 carries.
That's are bad.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
So,
So
well, I mean, in fairness, the Dolphins are very good.
Robert,
So,
yes.
there's no fairness to be had here. Okay, it's plenty fair. They're bad. They suck.
yeah, they are bad.
Especially with the New England Patriots, right, Rob? Ain't no fairness in that organization.
That's true. That's
Them
very true.
cheaters.
I mean, we could. Yeah, you're correct. That's true. I
Yeah.
resigned as NYJHC.
I'm not sure who this character's supposed to be.
I don't know who that
It
was.
is.
I was-
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a Boston football fan, right?
He's a Southern
Except
Boston.
he's
Sounds
fan.
more
from
Southern, yeah.
Louisiana or something.
Yeah.
He's a very complex individual.
The Dolphins are a good football team, and the Patriots are not. So that's that. Also, Jalen Ramsey came back and had an interception.
Mm-hmm. So I was watching the pregame show, and one of the guys was like, "Jalen Ramsey's gonna have a pick six this game." And everyone was like, "Whoa, okay," and then he almost did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we had the Saints and the Colts in pretty much what I think we all thought it was going to be.
Hey, Taysom Hill, good at football?
Seems
Yeah.
Like unquestionably so, because we keep wondering how it works. I think the answer at this
Yeah.
point is he's really good.
I literally, what did I say? Was it last week or the week before? I was like, hey, maybe use this guy more and you might win your game.
Well, we talk about that all the time, dude.
We
Like
do
every
that,
time that he goes
yeah.
off for like 4 plays for 80 yards, we're like, maybe do that a few more
He
times.
passed
Yeah.
for one single pass for 44 yards, 1 of 2, rushed for 63 yards and 2 touchdowns on 9 carries. And oh yeah, he also caught a ball for 14 yards. He does he's very good.
Yeah.
It is so he is uniquely his position in football is Taysom Hill.
Yeah.
Like it
Yeah.
just is, right? Like he
he's
doesn't.
the Taysom Hill of the New Orleans Saints, and the other teams forgot to get one.
It is actually insane how he like plays tight end, running back, and quarterback.
Yeah.
It's weird.
And wide receiver. I mean, like he's essentially a receiver in a lot of the schemes.
Yeah.
It's
It's very weird. And it's basically Wildcat. Like
Yeah.
it's like but it just keeps working so goddamn well
And it works.
for years.
It works well because he's extremely good, but also because like he is a legitimate dual threat. Like we joke about how every time they line up that way, it's like, oh, why are they not just loading the box? But he can fucking bomb it. Like he's got a cannon.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. It's remember that time when the Wildcat like went insane and like everybody was running
yeah.
Wildcat?
Yeah,
Jets
wasn't
were
it like
running
in the
Wildcat.
RG3 days?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was-
yeah.
I think it was the
The Jets had Brad Smith for the Wildcat.
Oh, yeah.
Which was great. That was wonderful.
That's really good.
And then we did Tebow in the Wildcat, and that wasn't as great.
Oh yeah, that's
yeah.
right. That was
He
a
was on the
thing.
Jets at one point.
Yeah, man.
Oh yes,
Jesus Christ, dude.
it was
That
not
and
a
the
good
Broncos
time.
are the most Tebow or like the Tebow years I remember the most.
Oh, you know, I know he was in the Broncos. Believe me, I remember that fucking era.
Additional shout out to fellow Weber State alumnus Rashid Shaheed, who balled the hell out this game as well for 3 for 153 and a TD.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
I found the thing. It was Ronnie Brown and Ricky Williams on the Dolphins in 2008 that really got it rolling again.
Oh,
Brought
damn.
it back. So there's a blast of the past.
Ricky
Yeah.
freaking Williams.
Ricky
dude.
Williams.
Ricky
Man.
Williams.
That was a player.
That was a player.
Yeah,
He's
he's dead now. Is why we're talking about him this way.
Is he?
No, I.
Damn it.
Wait, why damn it?
yeah. I was really hoping Ricky Williams had
Hoping
died.
he'd be dead.
I was frustrated because he made me Google it and believe that Ricky Williams died. And I was like, damn, that sucks.
Wasn't Ricky Williams the one where Mike Ditka traded like every draft pick for him?
Was it him? Maybe it was him.
I think it was him. And then they had that sports.
he's dead, but-
yeah, dude, that was the one.
yeah.
Wait, is he dead?
No.
No, he's
Mike
not.
Ditka is dead.
Oh, Mike Ditka is dead. Yeah.
That's-
The Ricky Williams trade
Or
was
no,
a
no, no.
trade.
Dick Buck. Wait,
Did
Dick
Ricky
Butkus.
Williams kill Mike Ditka?
He might have, to be honest.
Wait, is Mike Ditka? There's too many names that sound the same.
Ditka traded every
Dick
pick
Butkus?
they had in the draft, plus 2 of their first 3 picks in the next draft for
Okay,
the
yeah, no,
5th
Mike
overall
Ditka's
pick.
still alive. Dick
Yeah.
Butkus is who died. Okay,
Yeah,
Dick Butkus.
you
Dick
can see where
Butkus
the
died.
confusion came in.
Yeah.
So
This-
Mike Ditka and Ricky Williams are both alive.
Yes.
To
Yeah.
be clear.
But they killed Dick Butkus.
They did. They double
This-
team.
This trade, by the way, if this trade happened like nowadays, this would be like one of the most insane things. This is still insane.
Yeah,
like
it's
literally
fucking
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh yeah. No, it's
The-
absurd. I mean, it's the worst trade in history still. Probably
traded
right?
to New Orleans. All right, I have the details. Was Ricky Williams. This wasn't even the first pick. This was the 5th overall pick in the
Yep.
draft. And they traded the first round pick number 12, third round pick 71, fourth round pick 107, fifth round pick 144, sixth round pick 179, seventh round pick 218, a 2000 first overall pick, which was second overall to select LeVar Arrington, who was insane, and then a 2000 third round pick, which was 64th overall for Ricky Williams.
Why
My
would you?
God.
Why?
I don't know.
There was a period, so around before the free agency period era of the NFL, draft picks weren't actually all that important. So I think that was like right on the edge of like an old school coach.
There's not
thinking,
that many players that I think is even worth that. Like today, like what do you got? Mahomes.
oh no, yeah,
And like I don't know. Like I'm trying to go defensive player. I don't know if he'd give up that much for TJ Watt even.
Yeah,
I would
maybe
do it
Donald.
only for Mahomes probably.
the
They-
worst thing was he didn't even do well.
Yeah,
And then he
Yeah, it
went to
didn't
the
work out.
Dolphins, and he started doing well in his career. He literally had, in his first rookie year, he had 884 yards and 2 touchdowns. Then he had 1,000 yards and 8 touchdowns. Then he had 1,200 yards and 6 touchdowns. Then he went to Miami and had 1,800 yards and 16 touchdowns. So,
yeah.
man, that was a trade that happened.
hmm
And the
in
Saints
football.
won by 11 points.
And the Saints won by 11 points thanks to
Yeah,
that
they
Ricky
sure
Williams
did.
trade in 2000. They
Thanks,
wouldn't be
Dick
here.
Butkus.
Oh yeah, Taysom Hill's good. That's the other thing that we were
Right.
Yeah, Taysom
Yeah,
Hill's
yeah,
good. They
he's
wouldn't
good,
have Taysom
yeah.
Hill without that series of events that occurred in 2000, 99,
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
trade.
Yeah,
Look at that.
butterfly
Ricky
flaps
Williams.
his wings.
Yep.
Taysom Hill's father.
On the other side, the Colts, Jonathan Taylor, 95 yards. Minshew had 213, 2 touchdowns and a pick, and they lost. So, yeehaw.
Yeah.
Then we had the Panthers beat the Texans.
I'm so. I originally I was upset that I lost this pick'em because I was like, man, they're ruining my perfect week. But I would have been so upset if the one game I got wrong was Chiefs Broncos. Just like,
Yeah.
if that's what ruined my perfect week, my
Yep.
God, I would have. I'm glad this game kind of buffered that and made it like not horrible.
Yeah. This was the Bryce Young game. Like I just had that feeling he was gonna go out. The team was gonna be like, yeah, let's do it for Bryce Young, and then they pretty much did. He actually
And neither
let him-
team did it. Let's
Well,
be honest.
that's true. Neither team really did
Yeah.
it. The CJ Stroud kind of sucked ass too. 140 yards, 16 of 24, ran for a touchdown, but nothing.
Yeah, this was both defenses feasting on a rookie quarterback
Yeah.
on the other
Yeah,
side. Mostly.
basically.
Yeah. Panthers only had 3 penalties. Texans had 10. That's pretty wild. 6 sacks allowed by the Panthers, however. Bryce Young got beat up back there. But they still won.
Is he one of the most sacked quarterbacks? I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, look that up. Look that up.
Still Sam Howell, right?
Yeah, it's gotta
definitely.
be.
I think,
Almost certainly,
he's
yeah.
up there though.
Adam Thielen had 72 yards. Still
Yep,
doing
yep.
good.
Still a ready contributor of my fantasy team.
Yep.
Yeah, Bryce Young's in the top 10. He's been sacked 22 times.
Oof.
Yeah, that's oof. That's an oof. So yeah, the Panthers kicked the field goal. They won the game.
Yeah.
That's
It was honestly a pretty boring game until the very end.
yes.
Yeah, not a lot happened. Adam Thielen's still pretty much the primary reason why Bryce Young's having any success this year.
Yes.
He's been the safety net the whole season.
Yeah.
Oh, they've just been feeding him the ball, which has been wonderful for me.
Oh, he's on
I've-
your fantasy team. I didn't know.
Oh yes, yes.
I've heard as
Oh,
much.
and did,
Wait,
did you
hold
know
on. Is
that
he on
he
your-
was my 13th round
I had
pick?
heard that he was their 13th round pick as well.
Next, you're gonna tell me he's on your fantasy team.
Since when?
He's on his fantasy team.
Wait,
Derrick
hold on.
Henry?
He plays
Wait,
for
who's
the
guy?
Broncos?
Melvin Gordon?
Melvin
Yeah, why,
Gordon?
why did you say Derrick Henry?
Derrick Henry?
Can't even get the joke right, man.
I mean, we can do it with Derrick Henry. Well, actually, where is Melvin Gordon now? What's he up to these days?
He's on the Chiefs, I think, isn't he?
No, he's on
Is
the
he doing okay?
Ravens.
Oh, yeah, that's
Baltimore
right.
Ravens. He's
Mhm.
still there.
Since when? Sorry.
Does he do anything? Is
He's
he
played in
like-
2 games and gotten 13 rushes for 53 yards.
All right.
Go Melvin.
Go
Good work,
Melvin.
Gordon.
Does he do anything else? Okay.
Nope, he does not.
All right.
We got to get him on the podcast.
We
one
got to
day.
get him on the podcast. No
Yeah.
doubt about it. Geno season Seahawks take down the Elves.
Season.
Geno season.
Geno season.
Yeah, I mean, the Seahawks are just the better team. I'm glad. I'm shout out to PJ Walker, who's not like obviously the
Mhm.
ideal situation for the Browns.
Yeah.
But like, you know, when your quarterback whines like a little baby and quits after, you know, getting the biggest contract of all time or whatever, it's nice to have at least someone who can get points.
I don't know if you saw the Deshaun Watson quote either, where he's like, I didn't, work to come back from 2 years to play like this.
Yeah, you
And it
didn't
was
work
like,
to come back.
You literally sat out an entire year,
Yeah.
like just out of your own free will, because you were like, I'm not playing.
He
And he didn't want to
might
play when he got a boo-boo.
legitimately be like the worst person. Like he's so bad in every way.
Yeah.
And the positive note here is that the Browns seem to have gotten burned real hard on this trade that
Yes.
they did for
They are
Deshaun Watson.
terrible.
There's no out. Like he isn't very good. Like his ceiling so far has been mediocre.
yeah.
He's had like one okay game that was like maybe good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's got all his money guaranteed.
Yep.
And he's just not even playing now. After playing
Yep.
mediocre,
They're
now he's just not
out.
playing.
How many millions of dollars are they burning per game? Is it like is it over $1 million per game?
100%.
Like,
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, to do nothing. They're
Yeah.
paying a man millions of dollars to do nothing.
Yes.
That's a sweet deal.
Oh.
Sweet
I don't-
deal, man.
I don't even want to give him the satisfaction of being mentioned anymore, man.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Geno season, baby.
Geno season.
Lit it
Geno,
up.
Please stop throwing interception season so you could win by more points than you did.
Yeah.
That's true. But
He
he
do
still
be
played pretty
throwing
well.
some picks, but if you
Yeah.
just ignore those, he's looking really good.
I mean, all things considered, I think this season overall is, I think, more proof that he's just a starter.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
top
no.
half of the current quarterbacks for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Seahawks are leading the division 5-2. They're above
Yeah,
the
man.
Niners.
Mm-hmm.
They're killing it. The fucking Smith and Jigba, I think is how you say his name, is
Yeah.
excellent. He's a great number 3 to Lockett and Metcalf. They still have Fant, who is a great tight end option. Kenneth Walker's looking pretty solid on the offense. Their defense just sacked PJ Walker 3 or 4 times.
Don't
in
forget
that
my
game, right?
don't leave out my rookie man Jake Bobo, all right?
Mr.
All
Bobo.
right.
How
Don't
did
forget
I
Jake
forget?
Bobo.
Very good point.
No, Seahawks
Uh,
are good.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
They're first
Solid
place
squad.
now. First place, Seattle Seahawks. Look at that.
I mean, I think they're definitely going to the playoffs.
yeah.
I wonder how far this, because I feel like this is the kind of team that could be a like wild card team that gets hot kind of team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Big time.
I mean,
They've done it before.
I mean, they're winning the division. They could be a team that is just winning the division because
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
true.
know the Niners made that trade, but we're all, Niners have looked sussy. They've
True,
looked
Yeah.
Vulnerable.
true.
It's by the way, I mean, if you look at the play again, it's Eagles, Cowboys, Lions, Seahawks, 49ers. That's pretty
Yeah.
much it.
And then
they're
a
like
couple, technically Vikings, I guess.
Vikings, even though Cousins is
Not for
gone,
long.
you've got
Yeah.
Commanders, Saints,
Oh,
Falcons,
if it goes Vikings down to Commanders, then we're
Buccaneers.
struggling.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it really started. Like the
I mean, I
Falcons,
can see the
Saints are the
Bucks
next
doing it.
best, and then the Bucks.
We're at a
maybe,
point
yeah.
where like you're looking at all these wild card teams, like division leaders aside, like wild card wise, we're looking at like Cowboys or Eagles, depending on who's there, and then like Bills or Dolphins,
Yeah,
and then maybe like
Yeah.
Ravens or Bengals, and then that's it. Like those are only like the only wild card teams that I would be considering like having even a chance of winning a playoff game,
yeah,
let alone getting all the way there.
It's so weird that the Bengals are in last in their division right now.
that is pretty
Yeah,
weird.
it's so funny that the we were like week 1 AFC North, man, this division's gonna be so good.
Yeah.
Week like 2, wow, never mind, this division fucking sucks. Haha. Now here we are like, well, this division still sucks, but they all have winning records. For
Yeah,
some reason.
yeah.
I don't really
Yeah.
understand why.
It is weird. But I don't know. Yeah, and the Browns right now are in the 7th spot for a wild cards. They're still
Yeah, man.
hanging there, but
Yeah.
I don't think they'll be there for long. That's right.
Probably not.
So that's really that game. I saw it was like a Gino. I think it was like the fourth quarter, 1 minute left in the game drive, right? And then he hit JSN, took the lead, and that was it.
Mhm.
Yeah, dude.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
beautiful.
no, sorry, I was just seeing a stat earlier about Zach Wilson leading the league in fourth quarter comebacks, and behind him was Geno Smith. who
Geno
also has-
Smith.
Mhm.
Yep.
Mhm.
Then, speaking of those teams we just mentioned, the Bengals beat the 49ers 31-17.
Handily.
The
Handily.
Bengals are back, baby.
Joe Burrow's demise was greatly exaggerated.
28 of 32. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Against the
Touchdowns.
Niners.
Against the
defense.
Niners.
Yeah.
It's,
Made him look
it's,
like
uh,
chumps.
It's pretty obvious he was hurt early in the season, and now he's not.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So that's
Got me
that's
30
big.
fantasy points. This is very, very nice of you, Joe
Yep.
Burrow. Thank you, sir.
Joe Mixon had 87 and a touchdown. Jamar Chase had 100 and a touchdown. Tyler Boyd had a touchdown. They looked good on defense. Brock Purdy did not. He was 22 of 31, 365, 1 TD, 2
It was really
picks.
weird that they put him out on defense.
Yeah, it was weird they put him on defense, but they're trying everything now. Christian McCaffrey only 54 yards and a touchdown. Receiving, he had 64 and a touchdown. Kittle had 149. Ayuk had 109. It's I think
This was the game that McCaffrey set the record, right? Or at least tied the record for consecutive games with a touchdown.
Oh right.
Oh yeah, I think
Yeah.
you're right. Yeah.
17 straight games.
That is
Yeah.
wild.
I think the 49ers they're just, a little banged up, and now they're kind of spiraling a little bit. I think Purdy's getting rattled. It's just this. Just 3
Yeah.
weeks ago, we were like, nobody's going to beat this team. And now it's like, oh, are they going to win
Yeah,
again?
oh, no.
Yeah,
Everyone's
lots of
beating
people
this
are going to
team,
do
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Adversity.
Well, to be fair, the
adversity.
Browns
Yeah.
didn't beat them. We have to
Right,
remember
right,
that,
right,
that
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
happen.
That is
Yeah.
true. In fact,
yeah,
that's
and
2
then-
games the Browns didn't win.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
the Browns should be
Legitimately,
2
yeah.
and
Yeah.
5 right now. Like they should
Mhm.
be.
Yeah.
The Bengals just look like they're back. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
there was a little, I mean, this is
Hiccup.
sort of something that happens every year for them now too. Ever since they started, well, it was their Super Bowl year. From then on, they've like struggled in the beginning, and then they're just like, oh wait, no, we're good.
Yeah.
Right.
They only had 1 penalty on the Bengals. That's wild. One
Man,
That's
I'm
penalty.
gonna-
crazy.
I'm gonna say too that like if this hookup between Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase continues, like this is I know it's very early, but this is a Hall of Fame duo right here, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
long term. I
Mhm.
mean, Jamar Chase, what is his average yards per game? Like 100,
It's got to be.
120 or something,
Yeah.
right? Like
It's up there, yeah. He's averaging 11 yards a catch this season, which is
Yeah.
fucking crazy.
yeah.
In
Yeah, I
fact,
mean-
he's been doing well ever since he said, "I'm open, throw me the ball," and
Right,
they
yeah.
started doing that. It works.
He is well on his way to having a career best season this year. He's had through 7 games played. This is their 7th game, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
He has 60 grabs, where his previous high for a season was 87. So he's pretty clearly going to be
Yeah.
eclipsing that easily.
Yeah. Yeah,
And his career totals are, let's see, 3,157 receiving yards, and he's played in 36 games. So that's 87.7 yards a game over the course of 3 years or whatever. So that's pretty good.
That's like receivers of that caliber will probably have, like through the course of a season, they'll probably have like 2 or 3 dud games where they get like, you know, 2 catches for 15 or something like that. Like that's consistency. To have like just shy of 90 yards a game is like he's very rarely having experiences like that. Well, I think in fact his very few were at the beginning of the year when Joe was hurt.
Yeah.
And this year, he's actually at 93.7 yards per game, actually. Yeah. And his yards per reception on his career is 13.8.
Yeah, man. For his first season, it was 18 yards per reception. That's fucking nuts.
If you want an even nuttier one, Justin Jefferson averages 98 yards a game over his career.
Wow,
and 15 yards a catch average.
Oh,
so,
my God.
He is him.
Yeah. First down and a half every time he catches the ball. Yeah.
So that's that. And oh God, I lost the games.
Oh, don't worry. We got a good one.
Oh, that's right. We got a good one. That's right. We got Chiefs, Broncos, everybody.
Yep. Lost my lock to this. Lost my lock to this one.
Hey, but you're continuing your lost lock streak, which is fun.
Yeah, no, that's good. I'm happy about that.
Just the fact that you can be like 12 and 19, 114, 3 touchdowns. That's that's Russell Wilson. What? 241, that's 2 interceptions. That's Patrick Mahomes. What happened?
I mean, So Kansas City fans will fucking murder us if we don't mention the fact that Mahomes was indeed ill this game. Which, by the way, I like how I feel like we've stopped calling things COVID, and we're just like, no, we're sick. Like, I'm just sick right now. He's got the flu. Like, dog, that's probably COVID. But anyway, a different point altogether. I mean, I feel like what I said last week came exactly true this week, where I was like, the Chiefs are good, but like all your eggs are in one basket, and if Mahomes doesn't Mahomes, it all kind of falls apart. And that's kind of what happened this game. Yeah. Mahomes didn't do Mahomes things, and so the Chiefs got smushed.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is the first time the Broncos have won in the last like 15 matches or something like that.
Yeah.
Which is what they call football games, is matches.
Right. Yeah. Contests, I think, is what they
Sporting adventures.
Yeah, this may have been the Broncos Super Bowl, to be honest.
Like, they can just kind of chill for the season now. Like that's all they really wanted.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be really funny if the Broncos just turn it around and win the Super Bowl now. Like they just go on a super hot winning streak.
That would be something that's definitely not going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, I will say though, like I mean, I don't. Let me bring up his stats right now. But Russell Wilson's not having a bad year, as far as I recall.
I don't know.
Is he not?
You're right. Yeah, he's having a pretty good year actually.
Yeah. I like it's they're losing, but it's not the result of like, Russell Wilson's washed. Like he's doing well.
16 TDs, 4 INTs, 101.7 rating for the season.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty damn good.
And he's had some rushing too, right? Like or did he have no rushing touchdowns yet, but yeah, no. So I mean, it is I think that they can turn it around. 5 losses ain't that many.
Yeah, they can maybe be a wild card team, I think, but I still got to see more. I got to see more still from this team before I.
Oh yeah, this could easily be an outlier game, and
yeah, it's divisional too.
Yeah.
So,
also that, yeah.
I mean, listen, the week before, you pretty much should have lost to the Packers, which is not a good look.
Yeah.
And they barely beat the Bears. Like, there's when you're struggling against the NFC North, something's going on. So then we had oh God, I clicked off it again.
Ravens Cardinals.
Cardinals.
And the Ravens, I mean, they won.
They did win.
But they didn't look good doing it.
Somebody actually posted a thing and they're like, is this year some of like the worst games we've seen? Like they're really having
yeah.
maybe it's just because the primetime games have been really bad too. But like there's been a lot of shitty games.
Yeah.
But you have a lot of Jets in prime time this year, in fairness.
And Giants.
yeah.
Not-
Yeah.
Like, yeah, the Ravens had less yards than the Cardinals this game.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like I don't know. I watched bits and pieces of the game because I was the late window games
Yeah.
are usually kind of harder to watch on Red Zone because there's only like 4 of them. Sometimes there's only like 2 or 3 of them, and
Yeah.
it's real fucking unwatchable. But yeah, like this is kind of what I'm talking about. Where like last week I was like, hey, if this Ravens team shows up, they're good. But which Ravens team are you gonna get? I feel like this was the other Ravens team because they should have won 33-3 against the Cardinals, not the Lions. Where's the consistency? I guess
That's not what the
'Cause-
Ravens are about.
no, there and that's you got to fix that, or you're not gonna win the Super Bowl because you're gonna lose one of your playoff games. You don't get a freebie. You lose, you're out.
They
So,
did have Gus Edwards run for 3 touchdowns and 80 yards.
Yo, glad I
Dude.
picked him up in fantasy this week.
I was about to fucking say that I was just about to check who beat me on the waiver wire for Gus Edwards, and it was you, you son of a
Yes.
bitch.
I'd say he's like my 8th running back I've cycled through trying to find
I
one
actually,
that will get me points.
I actually dropped Gus Edwards, putting him on the waiver
Wow.
wire because I made room for Achane, and he's on my IR waiting to return, and then I shall ride the Dolphin offense running back to glory.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, as
You
soon
guys
as you
should just
dropped
try
him,
not letting any of your players get hurt. That's been working
That's
out pretty
true.
well. for me.
yeah, that
a
could
good
work.
play.
Yeah.
yeah, that seems like a good idea.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, dude. The Ravens are scary. They're always a scary team, I think, because they always
They
play
lost
a
to
unique.
the Steelers. I'm not scared of them.
Mark Andrews had a touchdown.
They lost to the Colts. I'm not scared of them. Their 2 losses tell me way more than their 6 wins. I'll tell you that much.
They're honestly, they're just the Ravens. Like, this has been the Ravens for years.
It is every year, and every year they sneak their way into the top 5 power rankings. And everyone's like, they're so good, and then they go beep, beep, like
They're gonna get to the playoffs. Lamar Jackson's gonna like pull his hamstring, and then they're gonna lose. That's the Ravens way.
I mean, I could definitely see that happening.
Yeah.
I think they have a better shot this year because they actually have wide receivers as opposed to last few years.
Yes. That is
But-
my point.
Even as like a Ravens hater, like I don't have confidence in this team. If like I decided to root for them, like I would be like worried.
Here's the thing about this year with is that Lamar Jackson is just good at throwing the football now. Like he's
Amen.
one of the better throwers in the league now, which was, I remember going back because we were talking about that draft on this podcast years ago. And I remember that was the trend in college too, is every year his completion percentage went up. And every year in the NFL, his completion percentage has gone up. And now, like, he can beat you with his legs. He can beat you through the air. Like, that's, even though their offense isn't still like the most scary in the league, that's frightening. Like, Lamar Jackson, I think, has the potential to be the most complete QB ever. Potentially.
I remember back then too, it was either his rookie year or his second season where it felt like unquestionably the top 2 quarterbacks in the NFL were Mahomes and Jackson. Like it didn't even feel like debate. That's probably still true.
Yeah.
I like there's a couple other people now that are in contention for those 2 spots, but if we really got down to it, I think we would probably come to that conclusion.
Yeah. I would definitely
Let's
agree.
see. Wait, for that draft class?
No, just in general. Current NFL quarterbacks, I think number 1 Mahomes, number 2 Lamar Jackson.
I don't know about that one.
I'm pretty comfortable with that conclusion, man. I don't know. There's Allen.
Like-
there's who? Give me your. I mean, Tua,
All
I
right.
guess. Is it
Burrow,
really
I would
I
say
guess.
Joe Burrow is better. I would say I would actually I'd put Tua above. I'd probably put Jalen Hurts
maybe.
above, honestly.
Oh, definitely not.
I
Definitely
did
not
forget
Jalen
about Hurts. Yeah.
I mean, Hurts is really good, but he's not actually having that great of a year this year.
He's throwing a lot of picks. I mean, he had a great ass game last week against the Commanders, but
Yeah.
Hold on.
stat
checking.
Yeah, no, I'm agreeing with like I still like I would take Burrow. I would take Tua is like disgustingly underrated. Constantly, he's being underrated even now in this
I
conversation.
agree, but while I agree that Tua is very good, Lamar Jackson is unique in the NFL.
Okay, let me show you some stats. All right, we're pulling up stats. 2018, Lamar Jackson, that was his first year. He had 6 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. I don't see any of his rushing yards, but we'll assume he ran for a lot. 2019, he had 3,100 yards, 36 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions passing.
God damn.
That was his MVP year. Next year, 26 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, then 16 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. That's not good. 17 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, and now 9 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. So he's on pace for about 18 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Like, he's averaged over the last 3 years, like about 17, 18 touchdowns, like 6 interceptions.
You're not looking at his, this is the thing that makes him unique. You're not looking at his rushing stats. He also has nearly 1,000 yards every single year rushing the ball,
Which is
as well.
nuts.
Yeah, no QB. Like, you have to go back to like Steve Young to get stats that are like remotely similar to that. Well, yeah, Michael Vick too, but Michael Vick was not that great of a thrower for like the majority of his career. It was after he got out of prison.
Either.
Well, no, but I mean, I'm just saying he is. He's got 70% completion percent. He just doesn't throw that much. Like, if you look at that MVP year, that's also the year that he has by far the most attempts. Every other year beyond that, he had less and less attempts.
Well,
because they're just running a lot.
The issue is, if we're talking like 2019, 2020 Lamar Jackson, I'm like, all right, I agree with you. But we're talking like 2023 Lamar Jackson, where he's gone from 2019, he had 1,200 rushing yards, 7 touchdowns, 1,000 rushing yards, 7 touchdowns, 760 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns, 764, 3 touchdowns, and now he's at 380 rushing yards, 5 touchdowns. So like he is progressively ran for less yards per carry because he's been injured. Like he had knee problems, he had all this stuff, and like he's only gonna get worse. He's not gonna get faster. So like his rushing's getting worse, and his passing is just kind of okay, but like he's not bad.
As QBs age, he won't use his legs as much, but that's okay because he's getting better at the passing. And honestly, I disagree on the I think he's a very good passer. He's just not asked to do it that often, because they don't need to.
Yeah,
they're
really
running
is,
all the time.
It really there's a significance to the quantity argument for sure. Like these other quarterbacks are just getting more attempts straight up, and then not to mention like even at half of his production, he is still bringing significantly more to the table in the rushing game than any other quarterback.
Yeah, like way more because he's Michael Vick level in the running game, basically.
I mean, I agree with that. I think the thing is like I think I'm comparing him to his 2019 form. So like I only see him getting.
This is a high fucking bar, man.
Well, it is a high bar, but we're talking about
important to note,
like
he's got a lower int percentage right now than his MVP year. He's got not as high of a touchdown percentage, but again, like I said, he doesn't have anywhere near the attempts. He's not. Yeah, he's not necessarily. I mean, he may get past the attempts this year. We'll see, but I don't know.
Okay, but does he have a thick ass? Wow.
It's like, listen, Lamar Jackson, he's my fantasy quarterback. All right, I hope he does well. It's just I don't know. I will say when I watched that one Steelers game, his receivers dropped like 5 passes. It was like I was watching a Packer game.
It was more than that.
Yeah. So
actually, that's a great point too. It's important to note it was only this year that they've had any kind of offense besides Lamar Jackson. All those other years that we're talking about, he had basically no one.
Mark Andrews, but
Mark Andrews,
he has had Mark Andrews.
And he had Hollywood Brown.
But for how many years? He had Mark Andrews for what, 3 years, 4 years?
Yeah, I think 3 years.
Yeah.
So that not even his MVP year.
Right.
Yeah. Listen, I think he's better. I think he's a top 10 quarterback. He might even be a top 5 quarterback.
Show me some playoff success, and I will. It's the same thing with Dak Prescott. Show me some playoff success, and then I will jump on board the train. I'll still hate them, but
it's fair.
Yeah, it is kind of like Dak Prescott. I'd say Dak Prescott's got a bit more of an arm. but a little less running. But he still kind of does that. But yeah, it's they put up stats in the season, then the playoffs hit, and it's almost like the teams are like, all right, we know how to shut him down.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see, but they're winning.
Yeah.
That's the main thing you do. So then we had the lock game of the week: Bears Chargers.
Oh, baby. You better believe when this game started up and Mr. Bagel launched a bomb for 40 yards, I was like, oh, we're cooking with gas. We got some lock coming in. And then the rest of the game happened.
Yeah.
Well, I will say that we're back to our officiating nightmare world because I believe that was the play where he launched the pass and should have got a touchdown, but the refs blew the whistle for no reason.
Yeah.
Mm.
That was dumb.
They showed a replay of it, unless this was the Monday night game I'm thinking of, but like they showed a replay and the ref is running down the sideline and watching and clearly sees that he's not touched and doesn't blow the whistle. And he's just running along as if the play's still going. But then some other ref who's not even a part of the fucking play blew their whistle for some reason. Like, what? Why would that ever happen?
Yeah.
What?
That was dumb.
And it cost them a touchdown. It should have been like a play one touchdown. I don't understand.
Yeah.
This needs to stop happening.
It's dumb that they're like, well, the whistle blew. We can't do anything. It's like, yeah, you can.
Someone blew a whistle. What are we supposed to do?
Yeah, someone clearly doesn't know how to fucking keep it in their damn mouth. So like,
There's also
keep it out of their mouth, I guess.
Yeah, that's where they blow
The
it.
great bagel pass to Velus Jones Jr., who literally fell over and then like didn't know how to catch a football.
The one of the worst catch attempts maybe in the past decade. Like
Yeah, it was
legitimately.
Embarrassing.
He fell over, but then the ball landed on him in his arms, even though he fucked up so badly, and he still couldn't catch it. It was the minimal, like the least amount of effort I've ever seen someone make to catch a ball. It was really bad.
Yeah, it was terrible. And then the Justin Herbert just shredded him up, 298, 3 touchdowns. Yeah, pretty much it. The Chargers just kind of ran away with it after that.
Yeah, this was not the experience I was hoping it would be. I thought it would at least maybe be a little fun, but it was pretty clear from the jump.
No,
there was no shot for the Bears.
Your mistake was putting the words "fun" and Chicago Bears in the same sentence.
Yeah.
There's no fun happening over there.
Hey, well, the Bears just traded for somebody, right? Who did they trade for?
Montez Sweat. That'll
Montez
help
Sweat.
get a couple more
Yeah.
wins.
Yeah, dude.
Yep.
4 and 13 by the end of the season.
Yep, it's gonna be great. And the Chargers getting a much needed win after being 2-4. They're now 3-4, and one win away from 500, which in this current NFL, that's probably a wild card at this point.
Yeah,
You know,
we're
how
on the
many
way.
bad teams there are. Then we had Lions Raiders.
Oh, speaking of bad teams, coach.
This game was way less close than it looked like.
Yep. Did you
You're
know
looking
that the Raiders aren't trading Devontae Adams, but they threw him the ball one time for 11 yards?
They did throw it at him 7 times, to be fair. He just caught it once.
That's
Well,
Ugh,
in the
Adams.
general vicinity,
Yeah.
like yeah,
On
like if you
Devontae
hit at him as
Arguably.
if Devontae Adams was in the stadium and the ball also traveled
Like
through
he's
the
in
stadium.
the parking
I
lot
guess,
and like
yeah,
someone's
they-
bringing a ball
Jimmy G
on their
kind of
way.
threw it to him at some point.
Yeah,
Here's-
there was.
Let me tell. I'll tell you. Like, so the score says 14-26. Like, listen to this: total yards of offense. Raiders 157. That's bad. Lions 500.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this game shouldn't even been in the same universe. But Goff threw a pick six, like a 76-yard pick six, which
Yep.
is half of all of the Raiders' points. So they should have scored there. And then they also, I think, like, was this the ghost fumble game?
There was the
Yeah.
fumble on like the 3-yard line, and then they
Yeah,
channeled-
yeah.
It was terrible.
The Lions should have scored another, like, again, but like they, for some reason, like the refs just decided that they fumbled because the Raiders were doing the thing. We're like, oh look, I have the ball. Look, it was a fumble. But then like it's like you can infer that he was down.
Yeah.
You don't have video evidence that he was down, but if you just look at it and be like, yeah, he's at the bottom of a pile of like maybe like 3,000 pounds worth of man meat.
Yep.
Like he's probably down.
Yeah.
But because there was no good angle, because there never fucking is, they were like, well, I guess we can't fucking do anything about this. It's a fumble, and just terrible officiating in another
Which,
game.
By the
again.
way, that has to feel terrible with like 1,000 pounds or whatever of people just on top of you at the bottom of a pile.
Can't be good.
That's
I can't imagine. Yeah, you probably can't breathe either.
probably not. So,
Well, on the note of not having the correct camera angles and the fact that they don't seem to care too much about the surfaces that they play on, why not just make them play on cameras? And that way they've got the angles from
Now
every
we're
possible
talking.
perspective.
Yeah.
That's a great play. Love that.
Or, hear me out. They could use the data that they're already collecting at all times during the games.
Yeah, microchips in their shoulder pads.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Did you know that AJ Brown runs at 23.7 miles per hour?
We hope that makes your cornflakes taste better.
Was that a fumble? I don't know.
One of our two cameras wasn't pointing in the right areas, so actually we don't know.
We got a guy out there with the Nokia flip phone. He's trying to get in as close as he can.
Can we go to New York, please? Okay, New York. Yeah, just a dude like on a fucking fold table and like a 1997 TV.
Eating a fucking bagel with cheese, just like
Important to note too, we can only shoot to the two different angles that we have, not the hundreds of other cameras that are on the sidelines at all times.
Yeah, what a fucking embarrassment.
Yeah.
The Raiders
Jahmyr
also
Gibbs
an
did good.
embarrassment.
Jahmyr Gibbs, dude. Yeah, he
Fuck
was crushing
CBS,
it.
by the way. So you guys just reminded me that you know that offensive offsides that happened. They just didn't show it. They straight up went to break and then came back like nothing ever happened. And it took until after for pictures of the terrible call to be shown.
Oh my god, that just reminded me of in the Packer Viking game. We got a pass and it looked like it was gonna be completed, but then it looked like he bobbled it a bit after, and then but they were like, all right, hurry up the play. So you would think like, okay, here we go, we're gonna hurry up, snap it. The referee's literally like, oh, I'm gonna hold the ball. And do I put it down now? And I was like, oh my god, let them. And then they're just like, challenge flag. And I was like, oh my god. It was like he was literally just like, the Vikings haven't gotten their opportunity to challenge yet, so I'm gonna hold the ball. Like, what a fuck you. Anyway, the Raiders got 1 first down this game.
Yeah.
Or no, 1 third down conversion. Sorry, they had some
1
third
third down,
but 1 third down. So
1 for 9, 0 for 3 on 4th down. It was bad team, terrible team, bad
team.
coach.
Bad.
True disdain on football that he did not get fired last year.
Free Devontae Adams.
Yep.
Embarrassing.
Someone do a fire Josh McDaniels count. How many times have I asked for Josh McDaniels to be fired? And I don't even like the Raiders.
I didn't even want him to be hired anywhere.
I'm amazed that he actually got this job in the first place. But again, like I was mentioning it before, but like I think it's just he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to pay 3 coaches at the same time. Is what it is, because he's still paying Gruden.
I believe the running back Josh Jacobs. They asked him about the offense. And they're like, "What do you have to do to get the offense right?" And he was just like, "I don't know." He said something like that. I forgot his actual quote, but you could tell he's just like, "I don't fucking care about this team."
Yeah, he's out, dude.
Yeah,
as soon as he can.
Yeah, and Adams was the same way, right? He was like,
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
even know what to fucking say right now,
yeah.
man.
He smashed his helmet.
Yeah, I saw that. He threw his helmet down. Yeah.
He said, I also, like, I think I read his lips. He said, I'm tired of this bullshit,
Yeah.
which is very,
Oh, it
feel
was,
bad for him.
Josh Jacobs, there was a play where he was wide open and waves for ball, gets ignored by Jimmy G. I saw that. That was the classic. And then after the game, this is the quote. He said, if there were any ideas on what could spark the Raiders offense, quote, I don't know. It ain't my job.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Yeah.
He's not wrong.
Yep.
He is the offense. He doesn't have to spark it.
Yeah.
Like he's supposed to be the offense. Oh, by the way, Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah,
Jahmyr
Gibbs is very good.
Very good.
People
Very
bash
good.
the Lions being like, trading up for a running back. But yeah, I think that's probably a good move.
It worked out.
Had all the yards and did
Yeah.
everything. Had like 200 yards from scrimmage or some shit. Like just 26 carries and 6 yards per carry is ridiculous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is actually insane. Like those are like McCaffrey numbers.
Yeah.
So that's good. Laporta had a touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown still insane. Lions are Lions. They're the team. Honestly, they're the number 2 team in the NFC right now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
look at that.
Last week,
That's-
honestly, if they don't fucking turn the ball over and do dumb shit this game, it's like 50-3. Like
Yeah.
it's
They've already won the division. Like the Packers and the Bears are at the bottom.
Oh yeah.
The Vikings lost their quarterback. It's literally just the Lions division to lose at this point. Like
I don't think the Lions can lose the
that's
division
what I'm
at this
saying.
point.
If they
What
lose
have you
it,
done?
it's on them.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way they can possibly blow
Joshua
this.
Dobbs MVP season incoming.
So by the way, Josh McDaniels again was a New
Stinks.
England Patriot coordinator, then went to the Broncos, and he was so bad that they were like, we have to fire him after like 2 years. Jay Cutler got traded away. He was like, this shit sucks. And then he goes
got
to
Tebow.
he goes to the Rams. He goes to the Patriots again. And then he was going to become the Colts head coach. And then they're like, all right, he's our coach. And he was like, actually, you know what? No. And he dipped out. So just classy guy. And then he goes to the Raiders. Like, and is terrible. Like, I don't know how he got a job. I don't know. They're just like, he's Patriot coordinator. He's got to be good, even though none of them ever are. I don't know.
Is Steven Sylvester Stallone the scouting department head? I
don't know.
It doesn't seem no good to me, but what am I gonna do?
Tom Brady,
Football.
someone's gotta call the plays.
Tommy DeVito.
I think we should call up Adrian and see what she got to say about
I'll
it.
show you my good friend Adrian.
Thanks for joining me on the show today. 3 versions of Sylvester Stallone.
Call up Tommy DeVito. He's a quarterback.
Some better than others.
Tommy.
Tommy.
Tommy DeVito. Tommy. So those are the games of the week, and now we can talk about the NFL Power Rankings. Power
Ranker.
Power
Power
Rankings. Okay. Power Rankings.
Mhm.
We have top 5 teams on the board, starting with Rob.
I will take the Eagles for 500, Alex.
That is correct.
Rest
Apollo.
in peace, King.
I'll take the Dallas Cowboys.
That is incorrect, thank God. Fair?
Thanks for biting the bullet. I'll select the Kansas City Chiefs.
That is correct.
They got
Robert.
to stay.
I will say in a moment, but I also want to ask who is hosting Jeopardy now? I actually don't know.
Isn't it Ken Jennings?
Is it?
I don't know
I
either.
think so.
Mm-mm.
He did it for a little while anyway. He was hosting like the celebrity matches or something.
Interesting. Anyway, Detroit Lions.
That is somehow incorrect.
What?
Yeah. I don't know how they're not there, but all right. Apollo?
The Bengals?
Nope. Bears.
I'm done with this power ranking already, I think.
Yeah.
You're telling me the team that shit on the 49ers is probably still ranked behind the 49ers?
Yep. Bear.
Award-winning actress Mayim Bialik.
No, she's 6th.
She's yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
She's apparently the new host of Jeopardy.
Ah.
Ah.
I've been watching Family Feud more than anything. Family Feud's just love those feuding families. Steve Harvey just staring
Nick and
everyone
Grandma.
down.
Nick
They should
and
make
Huh?
They should make a lethal version where the families actually fight at the end
Yes.
to the
It's
death.
just called the Hunger
want
Games,
blood.
I think.
I just love how after every single thing they say good answer. They're just like, name a team in the
Yeah.
top 5 NFL power rankings. They're like, I'm gonna go with ketchup, Steve. And they're like,
Good answer.
Good answer.
good answer, good answer, good answer.
Show me dragon. No, you
I
don't say
saw one-
show me. You-
I wish I remembered it though, but it was like, tell me a name that starts with J, and he was like Gary. And it was like, good answer, good answer.
Good answer, good answer.
It was something like that.
So the top 5 teams are Eagles, Ravens, Dolphins.
Who's number 2?
Yep. Chiefs, Jaguars.
Mm.
That's right.
What? Ed Edholm, go home, man.
Yeah,
I don't
Ed's
know
gotta go.
what
Ed, Ed, and
got into
Eddie.
your Ed and Eddie head, dude. But like, Jesus Christ, that is so wrong. There's
that's bad.
so much wrong with that. What the fuck?
Well, let's talk about that thinnest dink, if we will. This team,
Oh,
Please.
I love doing that.
this team has gone from 19 to 14. Who is it? Shout it
Wow,
out.
that's-
19 to 14.
Yep, shout it out. Anybody?
Titans.
Titans, yeah.
Titans.
It is not the Titans.
God damn it! We really
Fuck.
should have diversified our answers a bit.
It is the New Orleans Saints.
Say Saints,
Oh.
goddamn it, you can't give me
Oh
the
my
fucking
God.
Grandor.
man.
Unbelievable.
Turning it up.
It was the Saints. Now the old fat doink
Mhm.
falling 5 spots from. I think if I say this, you'll probably figure it out. But what team has fallen 5 spots? I won't give the point things where he fell.
The Texans.
Steelers?
Nope.
The Titans.
Nope. It is the. All right, now I'll give you a number. They fell from 3 to 8.
Oh,
Mhm.
the Chiefs.
Nope.
No,
Wait,
they were
they're
still in top
for
5.
some. How they lost to
The
the
Niners?
This doesn't
It is
make
the
sense.
49ers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why did
Three
they
to
fall
8.
that many spots?
Well,
What
the
the hell?
3-game losing streak is definitely
That's
gonna.
fair, but they didn't lose the Browns one. Remember, they didn't lose that game.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where are the Bengals ranked? If it's not part of a question, I have to know.
I don't actually know. Hold on, I'll check. Beep, 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 beep. NFL power ranking. Beep, 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 beep.
He doesn't even have the power rankings up. That's hilarious.
You know why? Because our good man
'cause,
of
yeah.
the
Mhm.
Stat Van Pixelhaven, I wanted to make that rhyme, and I did, and I'm so proud of myself.
That's very good.
He's got us freaking covered, man. He's
Mhm.
taking on
Mhm.
additional tasks, and he's getting all these freaking power rankings
Yep.
things covered. For
Yeah.
us. Thank you.
We've got the Dallas Cowboys at 6, if you were wondering.
Oh.
Lions are 7.
Mhm.
The Bengals are number 11.
What?
Wow.
Yep.
But they beat the Seahawks, who are good,
Doesn't
and then
matter.
the Niners, who are good.
The
What is
Ed, Ed and Eddie
happening?
has ranked the Bengals actually below the Seahawks at number 10.
You beat the Seahawks.
Doesn't matter. This
I'm
is
gonna.
Ed and Eddie's powerful power rankings.
This is
Ed
the.
Holm.
We didn't know we had Dan. I'm sorry, Dan Haynes has come back. I didn't know, man.
We
Didn't
gotta
I
get
make a
Dan.
joke last week about us playing a boombox in front of Dan Hansis'
Yeah.
house?
This
I
is
believe
one
so.
of the worst power wanking.
I don't know about
Power
power rankings.
rankings.
Wait, no, baby, power
rankings.
Don't
Power
make any
rankings around here.
sense.
Yeah, power wankings definitely hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you definitely don't.
You don't want to be
go
wanking
too
on
hard
those power
that.
wankings.
You got to be careful because you could burst the vein. You know, you could
Yeah.
really fuck yourself up. So be careful with your power wankings.
Yep. 49ers.
If there's a lesson you take from today's show,
There's not. With 49ers being the fattest doink this week, falling out of the top 5, how many times has the top 5 team been the fattest doink?
Oh,
Probably a lot. Like I'm gonna
yeah.
say like 11.
is this like in history, or like podcast history?
We have no.
in
probably
World War
podcast.
II,
All right.
Baltimore.
Let's go like
Baltimore
Oreos.
Wagons.
Yeah,
say, like-
in World War II, there was
Hey,
stagecoach and buggy.
let's go with 3. I'm gonna go low.
Okay.
11.
I'll go with 46.
All
Nice.
right.
Good
Well,
guess.
it is 13.
Oh, I was close.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
you were
was me.
close.
That was me. I think that's me. So.
Yeah, Rob got it.
You were wrong based on regular rules and Price is Right rules, so I don't want to hear.
The 49ers have done it 3 times, the Rams and Vikings twice, and no other team more than once.
Mm.
So,
You know what? I think the
Niners have done it
Niners have
3 times.
The
Yeah.
Niners have probably done it those years they got injured, and this is just the losing
Yeah.
streak mostly.
that
Yeah.
is true. True or false with Will Levis, strong performance in a win over the Falcons and the Texans losing to the Panthers. The Tennessee Titans are now ranked above the Texans.
Well, I'll say true on that.
True.
Although the question was leading it to be like fake.
right.
So actually, I'm
gonna
gonna say
go
false.
Yeah, still
It
false.
is false.
Yeah,
The
no, the
Texans-
question was you gotta
God
rephrase
damn
the
it.
question because that was it was led too hard. You're like, here's all these reasons the Titans should be higher ranked than the Texans. It's
Look,
like,
I
well,
stood firm in my beliefs, and
Yeah,
I
I respect
stood
that.
my ground.
You skipped one, Crendor.
Yes, I did. Despite beating the Packers this week, the loss of Kirk Cousins caused
I
the
see why it was
Vikings to fall in the power rankings.
That's got to be true. I mean, even though
Yeah.
that also felt like a leading question, that has to be true.
It is
True, yeah.
true or false.
No,
Oh, what the hell?
You thought I was going to say true because I said true.
Well, yeah, you said a word that isn't a word.
Exactly. I say a lot of those. The Vikings still rose one position from 20th to 19th.
Wow.
Yep.
Well,
All right.
Also, from the previous one, the Titans are ranked 22nd, Texans are 16th.
oh.
There is only one team that has been ranked between 10th and 20th the entire season. Who is the most consistently average team in the NFL according to the Ed, and Eddie Power Rankings?
Who is the middlest team? So this has got to be a 4-4 team, right? Which I think there's only a few.
This is not going to surprise anyone when you hear this.
It's got to be like the Falcons or something.
Yeah, I think it's either I'm going to go Saints. You go Falcons, I'll go Saints. And then Rob gets Vikings, and then we get all the 4-4 teams.
There you go.
Wow, he just picked for Rob.
I actually didn't hear the question, so I mean, that
So,
works.
yeah, that's fine.
Who is the most
Yeah.
mid team in the NFL, Rob?
The Bucks.
Oh, that's a
All
good
right,
one.
all NFC South teams, which are all fair guesses, but it is the Saints.
Yo!
It was
Yep.
another one.
They were 10th, 19th, and have an average of 15, and they are currently 14th.
Yeah, they are the middest team.
Yep,
Yeah, in the middest division.
they really are. And that is the NFL Ed, and Eddie Power Rankings.
Power ranking.
Stage of power rankings mutiny, dude. That shit pissed me off.
Yeah, that was wild.
Yep. Pick'ems.
Pick them. Pick them to pick them.
So we start with bonus stats.
Bonus stats.
You got to do that every time.
It's a monster
Yeah.
emerging. He's gonna get us with the bonus stuff.
Bonus stats from the pit.
Well, I guess these aren't even bonus stats for. I guess it's just how we did the previous week.
Yeah.
11 and
Not
6.
bonus stats.
Regular stats.
We had the me and Rob going 11 and 6, Bear going 9 and 8, Apollo 15 and 2, so close.
Oh, almost a perfect week on a week with no bye weeks, dude.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Randy 6 and 11, Discord 12 and 5, and our assistant coach Fees 13 and 4. Pretty
Really
good.
good.
Wow.
Look at
Putting
that.
on a show for the assistant
All right.
coaches. With that performance, he has brought them into third place in the overall standings.
Wow.
Oh,
Look at that. Yeah.
I'm angry as a result of that information.
Yeah.
Same.
Randy has actually fallen down to closer to 50%. Go Randy.
Yeah.
It's
Randy.
amazing, or it isn't.
No, it
Based on
is exactly what
Exactly
would
what
happen.
Randy
I'm still on the front of it. Maybe amazing.
It is
What do
literally
you mean?
just
Did you mean the
math.
fence? Why did you say the front?
No, he's on the
I'm-
front lines of the
I'm on
battle.
the
By the
front
way-
lines of the probabilistic wars. That's what we're
This is actually the
Talking
first
about.
week.
That was the new Marvel
Uh,
movie, right? The Probability Wars.
right. Yeah, that's
Yeah, that's
new
a good one.
Ant-Man, I think. Yeah.
There's a 48% chance this is going to be terrible. This first week, Randy picked the Jets wrong, isn't it? 'Cause he picked the Giants.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
That's Jover, Randy.
It's Jover. The Gord Lord 2 with a 50 to 23 record. Apollo had the best record in October for the second year in a row. This was the
Yay.
third best October in podcast history. Bear is the best in 2018 at 32 and 12.
Why were
Yay.
there so many fewer games that October?
Oh, I just selected less games. I think that was my year where I was on the show less.
Yeah, I think
That's
so.
fair, yeah. And also, I should mention, because we didn't talk about this the whole podcast, but Happy Halloween.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it's Halloween.
Not for them, unless you upload this in like an hour.
That's true.
Well, that's true, yeah.
I have been
He's
better.
done that
I've been on
before.
a better schedule lately. All right, it's been
That's
going
true.
good.
That's
Yeah,
true,
good
that's
job, Grandor.
Yeah, look at that. The
Grandor's managing his time well.
How long will it last? The lock curse returns. Rob has now lost 4 straight locks, the longest streak of any host ever. His locks were Bills, Eagles, 49ers, Chiefs.
I'm so mad.
That is ridiculous.
The Discord and Randy are the only others to have a 4+ lock loss streak. Discord 4 tying and Randy at 5. So
It's
Rob
crazy
goes for
that
the record.
the Discord had a 4 streak. That's nuts.
That is
Yeah.
wild, actually.
Lock shocked. There have been 5 instances of hosts locking against each other. Bear has been involved in 4 of them.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
This game is also the first time anyone's locked against the Chargers since November 29th, 2020, the second longest active lock against Drought.
Hell yeah. Love
Can't-
love breaking lock droughts.
There it
Can we talk
is.
about the San Diego Chargers Darkest Dungeon art?
I do
there?
like that.
That's what
That
that
is
is.
really
my
cool,
God,
yeah.
You're so right. I didn't even notice that. That's
That
great.
is awesome.
Hello, goodbye. Krendor leads both this season and all time, predicting teams coming off a bye week. Wow. Look at that.
Nice.
64%, 66
Wow.
career.
That's pretty good, dude.
Yeah. Apollo 55, 52 career. Randy 55, 56 career. Rob 46 this season, 57 career. Discord 36% this season, 61
And that's where the
career.
stats end.
And Bear
Oh,
27% this season, 54 career.
Jesus Christ.
That's rough.
Dude, I'm like
so
the,
whatever my instinct is for a post bye week team, I'm just gonna
Well,
go to the
hey, good
opposite
news.
of
There
it.
were no bye weeks this week. So.
Oh,
Right,
good. Yeah,
yeah.
I can contribute to that more.
I'm like the Andy Reid of pick'ems in the bye weeks.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, well, you wearing the Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I guess that is
He's
the
so smart.
That's okay. But I guess he's also just on vacation. You know, the sloth
Right,
vacation.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. But,
But
we'll,
it's
we'll
a-
give
you
them
know,
both.
Yeah, give them both.
Yeah, this is also Andy Reid.
The opposing collective, the ACs, have disabilities with the
Not the right
Discord.
title.
Just give it to him. He read it
Opposing,
pretty well.
opposing the collective. That's close enough. What's one word ever done to anything? You know?
Yeah.
Disagree with the Discord on 5 of 7 Falcon games, the most of any team. The ACs lead the disagreement 3-2, or 3-2.
Interesting.
And yeah, now I've actually caught up to Rob somewhat in the pick'ems.
Yep.
Bear's still a little above us, and then the assistant coaches, and then Apollo Discord way up at the top.
Neck and neck up there, dude.
Yeah.
But after I
I'm
get my
defending
perfect
my
week,
title, damn it.
once I get my perfect week this week, it's all going to change. So.
I'm at the point where I just want a perfect week more than even just winning. You know?
I want anybody to get a perfect
Yeah.
week. There's gonna be a
Yeah.
celebration.
Yeah.
I
so
want to win a
close.
lock.
I'm so close this week, man.
That's true. Rob
pretty
just wants
nice.
a lock.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like a perfect week is gonna have to involve at least one like insane pick because you would have had to have been
Yeah.
insane to get the perfect week this week.
Yep.
Yeah, you would have had to
True.
have picked. I mean, I wanted to pick the Panthers. I'll say that. There's no way I was picking the
Yeah,
Broncos.
I'm gonna pick the fucking Broncos, of course.
It
Not.
was just never happening.
It'd be like me picking the Patriots this week.
Right.
I did look at that and go, did that happen? You did that? Like,
Yeah,
I don't
just
know.
kept saying "Go Pats" instead of making a logical argument about it.
Well,
That's fair.
Yeah.
those were your bonus stats. Now it's time to pick them.
Pick 'em.
Pick'ems.
I'm picking
Thanks
the Titans.
thanks to our
Sorry, I just
assistant
wanted to
coach.
get that out of the way.
Thanks to our assistant coach this week, Danny, who is also a member of our fantasy football league. Danny is an assistant coach over on the Patreon page. If you go to the link down in the description of the YouTube video, or you just search 3 Guys and a Bear on Patreon, you'll find our Patreon where you can support at the assistant coach level and possibly have your picks featured on the show.
This is also where I normally put their thing on the screen, but I have not received a graphic for them.
It's in the
It's
chat.
there. Yeah,
I don't
It's
see it.
in the chat. It's the scroll up
Scroll up.
slightly today at 1:53 p.m. Bear Taffy posted the image of Danny's picks.
Here, hold on.
uh,
Boom.
oh,
Message link.
that's why, because I'm seeing. I was looking at the Bear Taffy DMs, not the Discord football.
Which is where I normally send it. To be fair, but now I realize
Yeah, it goofed
I've
me.
realized that the other two also want to see that.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do.
All right, there we go. All right, boom, bam, there it is. Perfect. Also, Danny, start some players on that fantasy team. I know you're down.
Yeah, get
I
those
know you're
players
down,
going.
but you know what? I believe in you. You need to
Bring it
be.
back, dude. You got half the season left.
You need
Look,
to
I've
shut
been
down
there.
somebody. You need to be the team that gives other people sadness.
Be the spoiler.
Yeah,
and
be the
I've
spoiler.
also been
Be
there
like
where I'm
me
not-
and try harder to still lose anyway.
Yeah, Rob brought a season back on the brink, man. I saw it
I
happen.
did.
You
I
did?
did.
What were
Yeah.
you when you did that?
I don't know.
I think you were like 1-4, 1-5.
It was pretty bad. Yeah,
it was
you were
bad,
down there.
and I was doing that same thing where I was like, I'm not gonna pay attention. I had players in bye weeks in the game, whatever. But then, turn it around. So
Yeah.
it happens.
It happens. It happens. Run the table. All right, here we go. Titans Steelers.
Let me bait you guys into picking the Steelers so I can pick the Titans and do better.
I'm actually picking the Steelers.
Yeah, no, I know. You always do for some reason. Kenny Pickett said he was starting. This was breaking news like an hour ago. I just didn't say it. He intends to start, so that's nice. Cameron Hayward might be back.
That's pretty big.
That's a big thing. He practiced today for the first time in quite some time.
The scales are still weighed heavily with Will Levis's massive balls. I just want you to know that's going
Will
down the other
Levis
way.
Slathered in mayonnaise.
A lot of his success was kind of off of play action deep throws that he needed time in order to do, and he's not going to have that.
His
time
balls
with
got heavier when you said that. It
TJ
was
Watt
weird.
and Alex Highsmith bearing down his neck. So there's Steelers defense could make this embarrassing for the Titans, but so you should pick them because I'm going to pick the Titans as a sacrifice. So you guys shouldn't pick them, and you should pick the Steelers instead.
Our assistant coach is also already on your side, so you're looking at worst a 2v3 here.
Yeah. I'm taking the Steelers.
I will be taking the Titans.
I'll be taking the Titans as well.
God damn it.
Yeah.
The Discord's going to take the Titans too.
I think TJ Watt's going to get to him. I think he's going to have a worse game.
Yeah, but our offense doesn't score points.
Well, the Titans are also not a great defense, so I think it'll be all right.
Okay, but here's
Grindor, we
what
don't
I would
score
say.
points. You have to score points to win the game.
I would say that he is not the most nimble in the pocket, but has the instinct to climb it instead of bailing, willing to take a shot to make a completion. He's running, it's through you. He's not very agile, but
reading
he's
his
big
quarterback
and
analysis.
I'm reading quarterback analysis.
Okay, this guy.
Reading quarterback.
Good answer. Good answer.
Good answer.
That's an excellent callback.
Dude,
man.
look at the way I tied that all together.
Very good.
Dolphins Chiefs.
Dude, I'm so stoked for this game to be on at 7:30 in the morning because I'm always awake at that hour and I don't have anything to watch.
I can't wait to see how this game played out when I wake up. Ooh.
Yeah, man, this is going to be a good one. I am going Dolphins.
The Chiefs.
Whoa.
Wow.
I'm going Dolphins.
I want the Dolphins to win. Therefore, I know that instates bias into me. And I think that Mahomes will be looking for a revenge game against the Dolphins' pretty bad defense. I don't think Mahomes is scared of Jalen Ramsey. I'll be honest.
I want this to be a fucking 49-56 finish. Like, God, I really hope that they just light it the fuck up.
Agree. I also would like that.
I think the Dolphins they're looking to, get hot here, take down the Chiefs, get something rolling. The Chiefs got sick Patrick Mahomes. He's got to travel across the globe over there. And then he's going to be like still sick, like, ugh. And then, I think the Dolphins got this.
Rob, did you select?
No, I didn't. What are you guys once again? What is the breakdown?
Apollo went Chiefs. Crendor and I went Dolphins. Our assistant coach Danny, who is 6-1 at predicting Dolphins games this season, also selected the Dolphins.
You know what? That's a good point. You know what? Yeah, I'll take the Dolphins.
However, this is a global game with the Taylor Swift Chiefs.
Is she gonna be there?
Oh, she's making the trip
because they're gonna be talking about it.
Where? I mean, isn't it? This is the Germany game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Frankfurt, Germany.
Is she flying out to fucking Germany?
You better believe she's flying out to Germany, Robert. This couple is serious.
I mean, if she flies out to Germany, Chiefs win.
There's got to be some fucked up universe where I have a 1v4 with the Chiefs.
Yeah, I think it's happening.
Wild.
They just fucking burned me last week. All right, I locked them.
Oh God. I think if this was any team that wasn't the Dolphins, I'd go Chiefs. But I do think the Dolphins are going to win this one. So I'm gonna go.
Agree.
Yeah. Vikings Falcons.
I gotta go Falcons. Yeah,
because they're playing Heineke now. Well, they said they were like, "Oh no, Desmond Ritter was hurt. We didn't take him." No, you took him out because he sucks.
I just don't trust whoever the quarterback will be unless Dobbs can learn the playbook.
It's gonna be Dobbs, and I'm pretty sure he's not gonna be able to.
He's surely not going to play this week, right?
He
I
might,
don't know if he
dude.
can. Yeah.
What's their?
Yeah, I
they
don't
had like
think
a fucking 5th-round rookie in for the end of the game, didn't
Yes,
they? I don't even remember who it
and
was.
He did terrible, except for the one time where he converted a 3rd and 8 because our defense can't stop third downs, even against nobody quarterbacks.
Yeah,
Still though, he probably play over.
Probably,
like he
yeah.
can't learn
Yeah,
the playbook
yeah,
that quick.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, yeah,
I
I'm
don't know,
taking
man.
Falcons.
It's happened before, but yeah, I think
Yeah.
Falcons win this.
Yeah, I'll take Falcons. Yeah.
Danny also went Falcons here.
Mhm.
Yeah. Wait, who did Paula take?
He
I
went
took the
Falcons.
Oh, okay. Bears, Saints.
Birds.
Saints.
Saints.
Saints, yeah.
Yeah, Saints
Yeah.
sweep. Assistant
Yeah.
coach as well.
Yeah.
Yay, Rams, Packers.
Do we know if Stafford's playing?
You call them the Grape Rams?
The Grape Rams. I don't know if Matt Stafford's playing.
The grapes of Ram.
They
yeah,
said,
there you go.
Let's see. Rams are not ruling out IR for Matt Stafford.
Oh
Oh,
boy.
yeah.
I'll be
Uh,
taking the Packers.
This is. I'm gonna take the Packers, and if we lose this game, I might lose my mind. It's already kind of lost, but this will really do it.
Who's the backup?
Is
for
it
the Rams?
Rippin? Am I crazy? I
It
feel like
is
it's Rippin.
Rippin.
Yeah.
Really?
Because like,
Oh,
okay,
God. Yeah, I'm taking the Packers. Jesus
Yeah, Packers.
Christ.
Yeah.
we at least extended Gary for 4 years, so we did decide to keep our good players around, at least one of them. So that's at least nice.
Yeah.
That's good. If we can just catch the football, I think we can win. Like that. All we have to do is catch the football. I think the Rams defense isn't that great. They do have, some guys that are from the table. Like overall, I don't think they're that good. So I just, please just win this game. Okay.
I kind of want to go Rams again, and I know I shouldn't, especially after last week, and especially because they're going to be even worse than last week.
Yeah.
It still wouldn't surprise me if the Rams won.
I know.
see
That's
it.
how I'm feeling about it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Rams, man. I gotta take some shots right now.
All right.
And can't stop making same mistake more to 11.
I also, the Rams are like one of the least, they're like the almost Charger tier.
Yeah.
Commanders, Patriots. Ooh.
It's the
Yeah.
Commanders. It's Commanders.
It's got to be Commanders.
They lost
Yeah.
Kendrick Bourne. They were bad enough with Kendrick.
The Commanders
Bourne.
just traded away half their fucking defensive
Yeah,
line.
their defense was bad already. Remember we
It was
established
already
that.
bad.
They were the good parts.
Yeah,
Well,
and now they're playing the Patriots, who don't have an offense. So I feel
That's a
like
good point, actually.
they'll be fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
I think
probably
they
right.
got
Go
it.
Commanders, I guess.
Yeah. Do it. Yeah, Commanders.
Mm-hmm.
Also went Commanders, so Commanders sweep.
Yep. Seahawks, Ravens.
Reno season.
Ooh.
I'm going
It's
Ravens.
happening.
Anti-depression pick. I'm taking the Ravens.
Fucking Geno season, dude. These
I
are the
think-
games where it is shown to be a real thing.
I think the Seahawks should win, but I think the Ravens will win.
Yep.
Yeah. I want to believe, but I'm going to go Ravens.
All right, I'll take the 1v4. I'll be the only one that believes. I've got him on my goddamn fantasy team, dude. He's starting this week.
The
I've
thing
got
about the
complete
Ravens-
faith.
That's
The thing with the Ravens is that they, not this year, but definitely the last couple years before this, they had a history of just bullshitting their ways to win, much like the Steelers do now.
Yeah.
And I think this is gonna be one of those games where they shouldn't win, but then some bullshit happens and they win.
Yeah, I won't be surprised, but I'm pulling for Geno. That is 1v4 with our coach Danny picking the Ravens as well.
the Ravens are the number 2 team. My name's Ed Edholm.
Then we have the Buccaneers, Texans.
Someone stop me from picking the Texans again, dude. I can't stop.
Well, I'm
Dude.
taking the Texans, so
Oh, well, there we go. Okay.
Yeah.
Assistant coach of the week has locked the Texans.
He locked the
my God.
Texans.
Has a bold
Um,
lock.
that's
I'm
crazy.
gonna
My
take
goodness.
the Bucks.
I am also going to take the Bucks.
I'm gonna take
Yeah.
the Bucks.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
That's something.
Cardinals.
That's a bold lock, dude. I love that lock.
That is wow. Cardinals, Browns.
Cardinals. Fuck it. Kyler Murray's coming back.
Is
Is
he
he?
coming
Maybe,
back this week?
maybe
Pretty sure it's
this
this week. I've heard several reports because
Uh,
he's on my team too. He's on my bench, so I've been looking at the little player
I'm
updates.
still taking the Browns, also for depression-based reasons.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take the Browns too, just because I think their defense is good enough that even if Kyler Murray did come back, they'd still
I think
shut him down.
Murray's
He'll
going
be
to be
rusty
rusty
anyway,
as fuck.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Danny
all right,
is
I'll
also
take the
selected the
Browns.
Cardinals, so
Yeah.
there's a little more faith at least.
They're also the Cardinals, which
Yeah, they're
Great point.
also not
Great
very
point.
good.
yeah. Colts Panthers.
Colts.
Colts.
I don't know, man.
Guys, none of us have locked anything yet, and I'm looking at the games. And there's
I
not-
did.
there
I
are
was
no
trying to
good ones up
see.
in the future. There are
Nope.
no good ones.
This
I
one's
don't
gonna be
know.
rough.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm. Well, I've had 4 straight lock losses, so I mean,
Yep.
at this point, right?
I want to see what you pick first. get one of the failures out of the way.
Boy.
What is the Colts record? Okay, the Colts are 3-5, and they. Oh God, Jesus.
Okay, I'm backing up and locking the Packers.
Oh my God! Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm doing
alright.
it.
You know what? I'm gonna lock the Saints.
All right.
That was the one that I was looking at.
Yeah, I
Too
just
late.
like I look. There's not a lot of good options. I'm going back and picking the one I think might be reasonable.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm
what
gonna
taking
look
a
at the
Colts-
Seahawks. Go,
Oh,
Gino!
he's doing it.
Wow. All right. Well, I'll
Open
take
the
the
locked
Colts.
floodgates. My
I'm
God.
not locking them, but I'll take them.
I'm gonna take the Colts as well.
Go Colts.
Yeah.
It's Colts sweep.
Giants, Raiders.
That's
Fucking
horrible.
right.
Yeah.
Game of the week right here.
Game of the year, maybe.
Oh my
Is-
God. I don't want to pick either of them.
Is Daniel Jones dead forever?
He's dead forever. And Tyrod
No,
Taylor
no, no. Wait,
also.
hold on. No,
Uh,
Daniel Jones ready to go.
Daniel Jones
Clarifies
ready to
timeline for
go.
when? Yeah, how it was clear.
Which, by the way, I literally just put a thing in the chat like yesterday that said Daniel Jones still having weakness in his left side. So that's usually bad.
That's news.
Yeah,
Yeah,
usually when
yeah.
you have a neck injury and you can't do things with part of your body, that's bad. But
It's a problem.
He's good to go.
It's also
Wait,
not the
he's-
money making
he's,
side.
like active,
So,
like he's gonna play.
He said ready to
that's-
go.
yeah,
but
ready
is he
to go.
gonna play?
He's cleared.
Yeah,
he's
he's
already
fully cleared.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I don't. I'm taking the Giants because I don't want to take the Raiders. I'm not gonna lie.
I am also going to take the Giants. I think Danny Dimes comes back in, Saquon's back in, and that was the combo that was winning them last year games. And the Raiders stink.
I'll go Raiders.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Raiders, even though it like I almost threw up even saying that out
Yeah.
loud.
Assistant coach went Raiders.
Hmm?
Cowboys, Eagles.
Oh, boy.
Cowboys. See, I
And
avoided this by
is
having a
to
confident
go
answer.
Even further beyond.
Next time on Three Guys and a Bear.
You can't possibly pick them.
Yeah.
I think the Cowboys
have
are gonna
no
win.
idea.
I guess I gotta go Eagles then.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
Pick both.
Cowboys.
All right.
Yeah, well, I could tie. We haven't
Yeah.
picked any ties this
Haven't
year.
picked any ties this year. We haven't been fun.
Haven't
Used to
been
be
any
fun.
ties.
That's true. Yeah.
Our assistant coach picked the Eagles, so we'll probably be split with the Discord likely picking the Eagles as well. So that's nice. It's,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
about how that should
Yeah.
be looking, I think.
Mhm.
Bills, Bengals.
The rematch we all deserve.
Yep.
Oh yeah, man, dude. We've got a few really, really good games this week. Like
Yeah.
We do actually have some.
Dolphins, Chiefs, Cowboys, Eagles, Bills, Bengals, even
Yeah.
Seahawks,
About
Ravens is gonna be pretty
damn
good.
Time.
Finally.
Mhm.
I'm gonna take the Bengals. I think Joe Burrow is back. I think the Bills are sussy, stinky, and
You're
Bengals.
not
Bengals.
giving me enough opportunities to disagree with you because I also want to pick the Bengals.
Here's the thing. I want to go Bengals as well,
Uh-huh.
but
I know. Yeah, the
agree.
Bengals
Yeah,
have
I
been
was
doing
just
so
thinking that.
good.
Got a lot to say right now. Huh?
Oh.
I think everyone's gonna say Bengals, including the dog, which
I
is
don't
why
think it's-
I'm going Bills.
Hey, there you go.
He wants the 1v.
I also
He's
think they
getting
can
it.
win.
I will take the Bengali Cats.
The
That
Benj
is-
Galley Cats.
That
Oh,
is-
baby.
Uh,
Danny with the
okay.
Bengals as well. Oh my goodness, poor thing.
All right, I get the only Bills pick. And then
Desire sustenance.
Chargers, Jets, Monday Night Football.
Chargers.
Hit me with the Jets pick, dude. I love
Oh
it.
my God.
I had my insane Jets pick for the year. I don't have to do it again.
Yeah, no,
okay?
this is
I'm
a
taking the
Charger
Chargers.
win. This
I
is
will-
a Charger win.
I will take the Jets.
Hey,
He's
yes,
crazy.
sir.
He's
I
crazy.
still haven't locked, by the way. I don't
Okay.
know what
Oh
the
my
fuck to
goodness.
Well,
lock.
then lock the Jets, man.
Do
You get
it.
No. Oh,
Come on,
God, no.
lock Geno season. Walk the Jets against the Chargers. Let's go.
Okay, wait, hold on. Does 5 in a row put me at the top?
Just
You'll
Yeah.
be tied
just
with
lock
Randy.
The Colt, dude,
I'll
lock
be
the Colts.
tied with Randy. Oh,
The Colts is a good lock. I don't
I
know.
was
why no one
was
took that.
thinking about taking the Panthers in that one.
Why? Just because they beat the Texans, who also suck? Like, what are you talking about?
I did almost
Yeah.
consider the Panthers as well, to be honest.
I will
Colts can
take.
score points. They have Jonathan Taylor. What is the Panthers going to do? They're going to look at Jonathan Taylor. He's going to mull him over for like 200 yards. You guys are insane.
I'm also going to pick the Chargers, by the way.
Yeah.
Fuck it, lock the Jets. Do it.
He's not.
Whatever,
oh my
dude.
god.
Fucking
Dude,
kill me.
another point for that lock. Danny's best predicted teams, the Chargers. He's 6-1 on the year, and he predicts them to lose here. So there's
Oh.
the given.
So you're just saying he's
point.
about to be 6-2.
Yep. Randy.
Randy.
Randy takes
Randolph.
takes the Tennessee Titans, the Kansas City Chiefs,
Mm.
the Minnesota Vikings,
Nope.
the Chicago Bears,
Randy, you're doing it
Alright,
again. You're
Randy.
doing the thing again,
the
Randy.
Rams.
Randy,
Randy.
you're doing the thing
Come
again.
on. Wait,
Okay.
Patriots.
Randy.
Oh, the fake out.
Did
Faked
the
them
coin
out.
land on its side?
It did land on its side. Ravens,
Boo.
Buccaneers,
Okay.
Cardinals.
Hey, there we go, Randy.
I don't know about that one. Panthers.
Yeah.
Oh, it takes the
Randy.
Panthers.
Randy.
I just
Randy.
processed that. Giants.
Randy.
Let's go, Randy. Let's go.
These next two, you can pick whatever. You're safe.
Yeah, you're good to go.
Cowboys.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Okay.
still an upset, I think.
Bengals.
Mm.
That is
Okay.
not. I wouldn't say.
Chargers.
Come on. Oh, I wanted the Jets pick.
Randy.
All right.
And Randy is locking.
No, Randy's killing Rob's lock. Randy always kills Rob's
God damn it, he is.
And
Fucking
Randy
asshole.
is locking the Tennessee Titans.
Good
Ah,
luck.
that's a good. Wait, was that available?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
All
You
I'm
want
locking
it?
The Titans, yeah.
All right.
All
All
right.
right, the Randy
You
Rob
had a
lock.
fun one.
That's something.
No, all right,
and
fine,
that's-
fine. I'll stick with the Jets. I'll stick with the Jets. God damn it.
Poor
Just
Mr. Haven.
please
There's like
me.
7 pin marks on the
I
graph
know.
paper.
I'm
Like,
so sorry. I'm
stop
so
it.
sorry.
That's it. Thanks for watching, listening. For that, go to the Patreon. Check it out.
Thank you, patrons.
Thank you,
Thank you.
patrons. Here's the patrons. Here they are. Here they are, patrons. And we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da.